right, here we go. The mighty return of Wack100 on Vlad TV.
Yeah, man, this is the first time it's been like this in here, bro.
What do you mean?
You're outnumbered.
I'm outnumbered? How so?
3 brothers to 1.
Okay. What's it usually?
2 and 2.
2 and 2?
Yeah, nah, it's usually like 2.75.
Okay. Now it's 3 to 1.
Because the other brothers, you know, he'll give me a little bit, but ultimately, because I know from past experience, he's gonna roll with you.
Okay. Well, a whole lot of crazy stuff has happened in your world since our last interview.
Has it?
That video outside of No Jumper was one of the craziest pieces of footage I've ever seen in my entire life.
Couldn't, come on, Vlad.
Come on, man. Hey.
Vlad.
Okay.
Now,
I'm still trying to figure out what happened.
Now, you see, Vlad,
I'm still trying to figure out what happened.
You know when we having these conversations, we're going to have these conversations.
Let's have it.
That coming from you, I cannot agree with.
What, because I've seen crazier?
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay. I've never seen anyone stripped on camera.
It's one thing to say.
I've never seen anyone stripped on camera.
It's the craziest situation you've seen.
Yeah.
But Vlad, you yourself has been in a situation.
I've been in some situations.
So you've been in situations.
I've been in situations. This is true.
Right?
This is
so,
true.
I mean, I guess, I don't know, from county jail to, I will say I'm probably a little off a little bit because when I see things, it's like, all right.
I understand. You've been through a lot more than I have, okay? I would never doubt that on any level.
Yeah, you know.
But from the outside looking in, this video was bananas. So tell me what led up to the whole situation. Because I saw you in the video, but I didn't see you actually involved in any of the fights or anything else like that. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. Well,
okay.
Because it's like, when I get a call, like when I get there, like when I get somewhere, whoever's with me, you have to be with me. Once I get in, that's it, right? I'm not opening no doors or nothing, right? So my team was already with me. Adam always has to rush home because he's trying to get home before his daughter goes to sleep. So when Adam leaves, what he do is he hang out 20, 30 minutes, shoot a game of pool, we out. So Adam calls and says, it's 2 people lurking in the back parking lot, right? So it ain't my people, but my other guy had came up there because we had to go to Vegas that night, and he had some people with him, some I didn't know. So I'm like, well, maybe it was some of their people. I'm like, yo, bro, before I send my people out there, maybe it might be your people, you know, go check on it. So he might have been out there maybe a couple minutes, 2, 3 minutes, before my guy tell me it's cool to come out. And when I came out, it wasn't nothing going on. You know, I didn't even notice the other guy on the wall because it was other guys on the wall that I didn't know, right? But as I got to the back of my car, they motioned for me to come back there. So when I get back there, I see the guy. I said, okay, I've seen this guy before with some other people, but I don't know him, right? His conversation goes to, I don't know, it kind of felt like he was outside and, you know, dudes think they're this and think they're that, and y'all over here with this white boy that's a culture vulture, all this type of shit, right? So it's something I could react to, but I always got to think for all of us. If I react, my team's gonna react. And what he's talking about is nothing to react to here. Take note of it. Run into him somewhere else, you want to deal with it, cool. So at that point in time, Loose Cannon tells him, so you came up here like for some content type shit. That's what you on, right? And dude responds to him, you know, like kind of like, you know, take it how you want to take it, on gangsters. So now I hear that.
Okay, on gangsters.
As soon as I hear that.
What is that referring to specifically?
Now watch this, you gotta remember. I know where Loose Cannon from. He's a neighborhood. Neighborhood, gangsters, O's, Trays, enemies out the gate, right? Period. So once he says on gangsters and Loose says, homie on neighborhood, whoop, 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 At that point in time, this is a one-on-one situation. Whatever you was on, right, this right here is really not pertaining to me because you didn't came up here unannounced, on whatever you own, and now you just shot that. He's gonna respond to that. So I'll take a step back. It's two men, right? This what kills me though. I can't say this new age person because he says he's 50 years old. He says he's 50, so in my mind, you know better. Once you say certain things that you, to an individual, that you know they can take that as a disrespect, at that point in time, you've already heightened your mind to readiness, to being ready. Something can happen. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I'm talking to a Crip and he say, hey, Wack, so you telling me you whoop-de-whoop, and I tell him they're gonna paru, take it how you wanna take it. Once I deliver that to him, he could ignore that, hear it like, and dismiss it, or he can hear it as aggression and disrespect, right? And when I step back, it's two men, and you know the fight started. Now, I'm gonna be real, it was 8 or 9 of my people on the wall, right? They didn't held because they see I'm not involved in the immediate direct. I've had people say, well, Wack, why you didn't get in the middle of it? Well, I don't know him. And if I get in the middle of it and somebody swing, my people off the wall. Ain't no stopping at that point in time. It's two men. You know what I mean? I step back, you know, y'all gonna squabble, you gonna squabble. I think what happened was because dude tucked his tail and didn't really, you know, show the amount of aggression back that he had that he was when he was talking, that left, instead of it being a 4-on-2, if that's what we want to look at it as, because in my world, a 4-on-2 is an even fade. You know, you give me one of my homies any foe, you know, it's just it's a fight. Whether we win, lose, or draw, it's just gonna be a fight. You know, once you like check yourself out of it, now you leave them all to go to wherever they're gonna go. The other dude, I don't know what he did, what he said, I don't know. I don't know the dude. I've never seen him. This other dude I've seen one time with some people I was doing some business with. And when I seen his interview, his whole reason for coming up there, he said, was to close a deal with me, which is impossible because that deal's already been closed 6 weeks ago. And after I called them, they like, Wack, we canceled at 2:30. You called my number 2 guy and let him know that I canceled. He told me that. It's no different when I got here. Seen security, Wack, what's up? I said, yo, bro said he gonna be 15 minutes late, right? I'm good at communicating, right?
Yeah.
Whatever I know about the situation and I know people that's directly involved, I'll call and let them know. So when I called the guy back and I played the recordings on No Jumper, I said, hey man, like this dude is saying in the interview, like he came up here because y'all told him to. He said absolutely false. He called me at 5:50 saying he was going up there and we told him everything's been canceled. There's no need for you to go. I said, well, what does he have? He said he don't got nothing to do with it. He's just a guy that I bring around me time to time. So what I was doing is I did a deal with Dash Network, Dash Unlock, right? I said, yo, let me bring Adam into the fold, right? You show him how it works, how the back end looks. The subscribers is already there. And then we'll give him a percentage to do some cross-marketing for us, right? But it takes you, the owner, Mozzie, to come up here and do that. So he was originally coming, he got caught up in Vegas, canceled at 2:30, said he couldn't make the 5. I called Travis Ford, let him know, because Travis Ford from Main Street, right? So here goes the difference. If Travis comes with Mozzie and somebody up there has an issue with Travis, out of respect to me and my business with Mozzie, nobody's gonna say nothing to him. But if Travis just pops up on his own and runs into a dude he got a problem with, and I don't know what's going on and it leads to something, right? So I'm gonna keep my business where it's supposed to be. Everybody's individual situations, I keep it away from me. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how, and I still, I still felt like I assisted the gentleman. You know, certain things got to going on, and I've been living a long time and been through some things, and I understand the psychological temperament of people when certain things are happening. So everything ain't for you to approach. Sometimes, you know, you could try to give a verbal, and maybe that individual will catch your voice and he'll subconsciously hear you. But, you know, it wasn't a situation that demanded, you know, that I get like hands-on with, because how it started was one way, dude coming somewhere on whatever he was on, and then he went somewhere verbally with a dude, come to find out they did time together. I didn't know none of this, right? They did time together, and he know where this dude is from. So when you say certain triggering things, it's gonna lead to a fight, bro. That's just the world we come from, unfortunately. You know, some of us has learned how to talk things out, but you know, some things is just, it's gonna go somewhere, especially if you popping up. Vlad, you walk out that door and it's an individual there talking crazy about what you did or said on the interview, your security is gonna look at that a certain way, and their readiness is gonna be ready. And I tell a lot of people in this YouTube shit, they talk about people and they tell the world, this person ain't this person is that, he ain't this, he ain't that, and it makes other people believe these things, and they'll run the risk of coming playing with a certain person, and then they find out the hard way really what it is, because the same guy that's saying these things, they've never been around you, never seen you, they never know how you move, they don't know your team. So what shocked me was maybe 2 days later, 3 days later, I saw him on the podcast with Compton Rick Rock's TV channel, and he looked. I was expecting some noses, jaws, black eyes, because I'm like, damn, dude took a pretty good beating. But I'm glad he did the interview, because I got a lot of my questions answered. Why you were there, what led you to be there. I know why the friction started when the fight started, but you know, why did you eliminate you coming up there, nothing happens.
Well, didn't they say there's supposed to be a podcast that they're supposed to do together or something?
Never.
You know, but that's what they said,
You know
right?
how Adam works, bro. I can call Adam right now and say, yo, I want to do this with this guy. Adam's gonna tell me, who is he, right? If this guy doesn't have any storyline behind him, Adam's gonna say, okay, Wack, take him to the clubhouse. What we gonna do with him up here?
Right.
Right? So no, I don't know nothing about this dude for it. It was never, we started at 5 o'clock. You got up there like about 7:30.
Right.
7:45-ish, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't have known he was back there if Adam would have called me.
Okay, so the fight breaks out. It seems like you take a step back. You don't get involved. But the fight gets more and more crazy. At one point, a gun gets pulled out.
I mean, that's what they saying. I think by that time I was in the car.
Yeah. I'm not saying you're involved in it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, but a gun gets pulled out.
So you got to remember, my team is there. So I'm stopping it from getting crazier. Add another 7 or 8 decorated soldiers to that. Add that to it. You want to talk about how crazy it could have got.
Yeah.
Right? And all my homies, it's 120 years of penitentiary around me. All these dudes, 15, 10, 20s, they don't say too much. They good at what they do. They humble people. You met them, they've been here before, right?
Yeah.
They grown men.
We took pictures together.
Exactly,
cool.
right? So at that point, I'm giving instructions and receiving instructions. Hey, y'all, yeah, okay, well, you get in the car, right? Now they're moving me. As your guy gonna move you? There's been situations where they will move you. You know that.
Yeah, I've been moved before.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Fine.
It's just what it is, what they supposed to do, right? Mm-hmm. So at this point in time, I'm in the vehicle. Now I'm seeing what it is and what's going on, but now I'm waiting for my guy that's in the street to motion that it's cool to, right? Because I don't know, we don't know if these dudes got some other dudes out there. We don't know. You know, it's a death trap over there that little side street alley situation that's set up over there, right? If if you own that. So it takes preparations, to move around things. But, at the end of the day, it's funny because it went from what I had done to now that's me. Like now, my whole family, I had at least 200 calls that their narrative is when they couldn't run with this is an old pastor, they flipped it to, well, that's me, that now I'm him.
Right, because people are like, oh, that's Wack getting stripped. And I'm like, that's not Wack.
That's what I'm saying. Like, right, I don't, and it's just these YouTube streets, and I don't know who the other gentleman is. I don't know what he said. I don't know if he reacted over there when he saw his guy in a little one-on-one fight. I don't know what really happened, because once that happened, my attention went to making sure it's not escalated even more than what it already is with my team, my people, my team, right? Because it was what was unique about it was if my people would have started reacting, it was so many other extra people there that my people didn't know that my team could have ended up clashing with Luce's team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because
it was so many people there, the people didn't know, and then now before you know it, it went from one thing to a whole other thing, right? So it was, I had to make the decision to just kind of hold mines off and I told them to like, yo, watch that street because we didn't know. And I'm hearing there was some people up the street. I don't know how true it is, I didn't see them, but they telling me dude said his people was up the street because ultimately when he left, he went up the street. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate, but to the kids, I got a call yesterday from prison. My man Jay Burton from Bounty Hunters. He's been locked up 36 years. And he like, yo, Wack, man, this is not a good learning thing for the kids. I said, I don't know, it might be. Because it might teach the kids, if you're trolling on the internet, that's one thing. You're behind a phone and a computer. But you don't go to people's homes. We had people go to Adam's home. We didn't have people go to my homes when I'm not there, right? Knocking on doors and all kind of stuff.
This is why I live in gated communities, everybody.
Right? No,
this is why I live in a gated community, or if I'm in New York, I'm in a doorman building.
No, this is real.
I have had in previous years, before, when Vlad TV was starting, when you could actually walk up to my house or walk up to my apartment and knock on the door, and it's aggravating.
Yeah,
it's aggravating. And at one point in my career, I said, that's it. I need to put a level of separation.
Adam just said it's a dude just came to his house the other day, asshole naked.
What?
I swear to God, he just said it. I don't know if he was trolling or not, but I know like people.
It wasn't Joe Budden, right?
No.
Shout out to Joe, man. We cool now. It's not a shot. I couldn't resist. It was a setup. I couldn't resist.
I just hope Joe, and that's my partner,
shout out to Joe,
has medical history that he's diagnosed with sleepwalking. Because I see what they're trying to do.
Because there was little girls who saw.
They're saying some kids saw it, right?
Right.
So, but nevertheless, man, it's like don't go to people's like places of business and work and to their homes. It's not smart. Like if you're trolling on the internet and that's what like you like to do, we know how to ignore you. Vlad, you know that. We know how to entertain you if we want to. Every now and then I'll go on there and do some back and forth with them because ultimately the trolls are good. It's
100%.
It's a large percentage of trolls that make up our viewers.
Oh, it's a big chunk of them. I realized after my last interview with Academics, when he said that he figured out early on that a lot of his viewers were haters, I'm like, why have I been blocking my haters for all these years? I got to embrace them more.
Yeah.
Now I don't block anybody. I went through, unblocked as many people as I could, and I never block anyone.
Yeah, for what?
For what? Exactly. Okay, now look. Now, Loose Cannon was one of the guys that was, involved in the fight. And at one point, I think it was Loose that pulled the dude's pants down.
No, I don't think that was Loose.
Oh, that wasn't Loose? It was someone else.
I thought I saw somebody else doing that.
Okay, so I might be wrong.
It was somebody
It's
else.
hard to tell from the video.
Yeah.
Why did he get his pants pulled down?
No,
from your point of view.
I think from my point of view, in their mind, it's two people, right, that came up there, right? So I think it went from checking for weapons to see if you got a weapon on you, right? And sometimes, believe it or not, I don't know if you heard Brick Baby in his interview when he had his little thing with DW Flame and P Nice, where he mentioned, it fell down my sweats, it fell down my leg, right? So, you know, I think it originally started in them like making sure they didn't have nothing on them, because the other dude had a backpack. I recall him having a backpack, right? So, you know, everybody's first thought is, when you came up here, there's two of y'all, you gotta have something. That's just their initial train of thought, right? And I think that's really what it came down to, is making sure they didn't miss anything. I mean, you know, I haven't really asked. Think maybe by that time I was pulling off, had poured off. But I think that's what that was about, is just kind of making sure nobody had any weapons on them or of the sort, you know. And I'm still confused about the other guy. I wish I knew who he was, because I would definitely like to have a conversation with him to see what the other guy told him, because he came with him, right? Because we've talked to everybody at Dosh Network and got statements from them. All of them saying he has no voice with their company. He was told at 5:50 p.m. that things were canceled at 2:33 and not to go up there. So, you know, I don't know. I'm still confused on why he came.
I mean, but isn't that sort of like a humiliation kind of thing, to strip someone naked?
Well, usually, you know, when we use the terminology strip, that means we just took your jewelry and, you know, whatever monies you got on you. You know, like when they say, yo, they stripped him. You know what I'm saying? That's usually when they take your jewelry off of you, your watches, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Whatever money you got in your pocket. I really think in that situation, I think they was looking for firearms.
Right, because what was the movie, Belly? Remember there was that one scene where I think DMX made that dude strip?
Yeah, but once again.
That's what it reminded me of.
But I'm saying, once again, but they did something to the dude, right? They told him to strip, take everything off, right?
Right.
You know, like, bro, you do something to somebody, you turn your back, or you let him get up and get down the street, and he got something on him, you're gonna have a potential problem. I've been in many situations to where we end up taking firearms off people. You know what I'm saying? Because they just couldn't get to it. You know, people be having shit the damnedest places. And I think dude having that backpack or that little sack he had, kind of like, in the way he was talking, kind of probably sent him there. You know what I mean? But, I mean, at the end of the day, everything about it is humiliating. Anytime you're in a situation to where, you know, you getting the short end of the stick, it's humiliating. If you're a boxer in a controlled fight in the ring, you know what I'm saying? We watched Mike Tyson be humiliated, you know what I'm saying? The best of the best. So that's gonna be there. I'm just confused, man, because when I come do these things and I go up there with Adam and do our thing, I'm up there because I'm a personality. I'm up there because I have a platform, I have fans, I got followers, and we're conducting business. I'm not going to that place for anybody to come pull up on me like we're gonna have a conversation. That's not the place to come try to have a conversation with me at. You know what I mean? Unless we have an understanding, right, that, okay, meet me up there. And I only do that when it's something that's factoring in Adam. I'm not calling nobody up there that's got something to do with me trying to buy a house or buy a car, because you never know who's in the building. You know what I mean? I've gotten there and it's a Chicago team there. I've gotten there and 4 extras is there.
Hey, look, last time I had a no-jumper interview, I showed up with my security, and Adam's security was there. And, you know, he's like, I got to frisk y'all. And I'm like, well, my security got a gun.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And he's like, well, he can't come in there with it. Like,
shit.
I'm not coming in there.
And
I was like, you know, if you want to call Adam,
he must have known who you was.
Yeah, no, he didn't know who I was. I was like, I'm not coming in without a gun. So either you call Adam or I'm going back to my car.
That's it.
These are the choices. So he called Adam, and Adam was like, no, he good. He brought him in. So yeah, I came in with my gun. You know, not my gun, but my security was his gun.
That's just what it is. And you know, your guy been with you a long, long time. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I only call people up there that has something to do with some business pertaining to that, because you never know, bro. You never know who you gonna cross in that building.
Right, yeah. I didn't know who the hell's in there.
I've crossed people that it might have been an issue with, but I'm going to deal with it different because I'm there on business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If I haven't been hunting you every day leading up to that day, there's no reason for me to trip on you right then and there in that day in that place of business. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so the fight happens,
Mm-hmm.
and Adam makes a video, and he seems upset over the whole situation. Rightfully so, because this is his business. And, you know, people are talking about suing and this, that, and the third, and so forth. Now, didn't he say that loose cannon is no longer allowed at No Jumper?
Yeah, well, I thought I heard him say he didn't want him up there. And yesterday we had a conversation because originally I told Lucio, meet me at No Jumper because we're going to drive back to Vegas. Now, if you pay attention to me, right, you never see people in my car. I'm funny like that.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
I'm funny like that, right? So we had to drive back to Vegas. I'm like, they're like, we'll just escort you back, keep you up, right? So right, cool. So, but I didn't know that earlier that day, till Loose Cannon sent me the text messages, he texted Adam. Him and Adam got their own relationship and told him, I got some Christmas gifts for you. I'm going to pull up about 5. Adam told him, cool, right? Because I told him come about 7, you know, because we usually done, right? And so Luce he was there. He pulled up and him and Adam was in the room. I seen him taking Adam some boxes or something. You know, I don't go in there, that's their conversation. And everything was cool. He was also a little mad. I guess Lucy did a live or something, maybe talking about Brick Baby. A bunch of little things that happened that I didn't know. You know, a lot of this stuff I'd be oblivious to because I just don't know. And believe it or not, Vlad, I don't surf the internet. If you don't send it to me, it's a good chance I don't know about it. You know how many times people said, the dude, you didn't hear what the dude said? I don't know the dude. I don't know his channel. I'm not checking for the dude unless somebody sends it to me. Vlad, I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of stuff out there. A dude then ran on you. You have no idea because this little Peter Pan with 8 subscribers trying to get your attention. Some things we just don't pay attention to. But nevertheless, I went in yesterday and talked to Adam, and we sat down and we did a show about it, me, him, and Lush. And I told him, I said, bro, what I don't like is stop acting like people ain't pulled up on this building. They didn't pull it up on Lush. They didn't pull it up on Brick Baby. They didn't pull it up a few times. The only difference is nothing never happened. You get what I'm saying? So in this situation, my ready mode came from you. You called me and said, 2 dudes is lurking in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, at that point in time, you know, I wasn't really tripping it because we strong in here, but they went out and addressed it. You know what I mean? And I said half the conversation was really about you, right? You know, that, oh man, y'all working for the white man and the culture vulture and he's sex playing and making y'all look like this and you supposed to represent the streets. I'm like, look, homie, listen, I'm off that. I'm about to roll. My mind is I got a 4-hour trip back to goddamn Vegas. That's where I'm at. On the Thursday night when I'm knowing people might leave a day ahead of time, New Year's coming, so on and so forth, right? But, you know, Luce asked him a question and when he responded and put their own gangsters on there, in Luce's neighborhood, him at that point in time, I know what that is. I done been doing time all my life. When people start to say certain things, you got to step back and let them men be men. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know, maybe the punch knocked something into him.
Well, there was a rumor that you got, you know, fired from No Jumper. Not that you're actually an employee, but you know how the internet goes. And there's something to do with a text that Adam and his publicist sent you that you were upset about?
See, that's my narrative, right? I went on my live, Vlad, and those of us that are good at what we're doing, right? The reason why you don't know what it is because I talked about something without talking about it.
Right.
All I said was, how dare you on the text blast with me and your scheduler, Laura, send me that and not be man enough to call and tell me that yourself. Right? Huh, Adam? This is all I did. Now, let me tell you what I knew. I knew Thursday evening when people know we were recording, I knew Adam was gonna be in the 40s before extras. So what did it look like, Vlad? Adam is 5 o'clock. He's in South Central before extras doing a video shoot. Adam's supposed to be where? At No Jumper, filming with Wack, right? But Wack said on YouTube, Adam, you wasn't man enough to call and tell me that yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Well, Laura's the scheduler. All it said was, can we do 11 a.m. instead of 5 because I have a video. Now, listen, don't get mad at me because you want to assume the worst.
Yeah.
Right? If you want me, I can show it to you. It's on the phone.
I believe you. Listen,
right?
man, you're the master troll.
Because we recorded yesterday at 11 a.m. And Adam left and went to the 40s before extras and recorded, participated in the off-the-back video shoot with 4 extras in Compton AV. So at the end of the day, yeah, I know how to talk and talk around something without talking about it. And this world we live in, they're gonna assume the worst, right? Listen, brother, if the fire's blazing, I'm gonna take a gallon of gas and dump some more on it to keep you talking. If I can keep you talking, people keep blogging, You go to that little Google search thing and it says Wack100 mentioned, hashtagged, or whatever 9.8 million times. That's a good thing for me because I send these things into people that I'm trying to do business with, and it helps me get a good number.
Okay. And look, ultimately, this is a bad look for Adam, and he knows that. This is not something
I don't think so.
I don't think that anyone aspires to have this type of thing happen outside their business.
No, I don't. But see, you just said the key word. See, no jumper parking is those 4 spots in the front. Mm-hmm. Everything in the back belongs to that build next door that does props and stage props and, they in and out.
Oh, so it happened on a different property.
Yeah, that's not no jumper property, right? I didn't realize the dude tried to walk in the building until our editor said, well, Wack, remember when I walked in and you saw the door open and you saw me? And I said, yeah. And you said, those people with you? And you said, no. I said, well, okay, y'all, they need to be outside. Because once Adam leave the building, I don't let anybody come in the building. Adam approves everybody that comes in that building. So once he leaves the building, there's no me calling Adam, saying, hey, Adam, is it cool, such and such? I'm simply not gonna let you in the building. So I didn't know that was them that was trying to come in the building. And even then, that's a threat because you just said what? Even you, Vlad, before you came in that building, security said what? Your security can't come in the building
with a gun.
With a gun.
Yeah.
And he only knows this because you told him. Without it, they were gonna search, frisk, whatever, right? So it's many reasons why you just can't walk in that building. So, but I still don't know if that was the 2 that tried to come in. All I know is I got a call from Adam. He said 2 dudes lurking in the back. That's it. That's all I knew.
Yeah, look, it's unfortunate. And, me and Adam are actual friends. Me and him talked about the situation and so forth. And I understand that these types of things bring a lot of attention and bring a lot of views and potentially bring some new viewers and everything else like that. But in the long term, it is problematic because it potentially could cause lawsuits. People could potentially have lost their lives or been seriously injured.
I'm gonna be real
forth.
though, Vlad. I don't give a fuck about nobody losing their life coming playing with life.
No, I feel you.
This is real talk.
There's repercussions to your actions. But as a business owner from the outside looking in, so for example, like, I'll tell you, recently I had Terrence Gangster Williams on my show with Lil Diesel from the Melf. They were arch enemies in New Orleans. They were literally killing, the two crews were killing each other. The last time they saw each other, gangster got stabbed. And then, the guy that stabbed him, Diesel's brother ended up losing his leg from a shooting right afterwards. And it was, the whole thing was a disaster.
You had them together?
I got them together.
But it was understanding.
It was understanding. I flew both of them to New York. I had one of my actual active NYPD security guys there. Not retired, actually goes to work the next day. The biggest gang in America, NYPD, 30,000 deep.
Yeah.
And I explained to everyone, I said, listen, this is not, this is not Jerry Springer. This is not No Jumper. Shout out to my man Adam, but this is not that.
But listen, they knew they were coming.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a total different situation.
Everyone's coming. Everyone's being flown in. Everyone got frisked. And I had a conversation individually because I wanted them to meet on camera for the first time, on camera. And I explained to both of them that, I am not here for a violent moment. I want this to be calm. And if one of you act out, you will probably be arrested. I can't stop my NYPD guy from doing his job. You see what I'm saying? And what happened? A very calm, respectful conversation.
Yeah, but that's a total different situation.
I understand that.
Totally different.
I understand that. Completely different.
Totally different.
Because it was all
Snoopy
engineered.
Badass disrespected my kids, my neighborhood, disrespected me. I had never known it. I'd never seen the man in my life. Adam asked me a few times, can we do an interview? I finally agreed to the interview.
Wait, with who?
Snoopy Badass.
Oh, Snoopy Badass, okay.
I finally agreed to the interview.
Okay.
My homies want to get him, I want to get him. But I agreed to the interview. Not only that, it's other people he didn't disrespect it who knew he was coming to interview, who know what the building is. I told Adam, it's cool, let's interview. When he got there, I made sure nobody came up there, made sure there wasn't no issues with my team or his team, and I sat down for 2.5 hours and conducted an interview. It's totally different when it's an understanding of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, he'd have came up there and we got him in there and then I'll flip out on him. I'm in straight violation because, Wack, if you know, is that type of problem, you could have just told me and we'd have kept him away from the building. I respect the building, but when I walk out of that building, right, the church, the courtroom, McDonald's, Popeye's Chicken, No Jumper, Vlad, Power 106, you know what all these things have in common? When I walk outside that building, I'm back in the streets. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm never forgetting that, right? I'm never forgetting that. Prior to me doing business with Adam, we watched that building. For other reasons, it's real talk. We've sat on the building, doing homework, just in case, right? Everybody ain't here, out here, we ain't all rappers. Game. Story that night was ran by headliner Mike, my friend who runs Live, right? That night that thing happened with Stitches. Game we contracted to be here. We're in the middle of the street. Game didn't tell me, Wack, get him. I'm in front of Game. What do you want me to do? Move out the way? I'm sorry, YouTube land, and the rest of you people who sit in front of a mirror while you listen to a DMX, a Tupac song, or NBA Youngboy song, and try to brainwash yourself to be that. Some of us are really that. We don't have to be told what to do when it come time to do it. Game didn't say, hey, Wack, dude's walking up on me, do something about it. Game would tell you itself. He had no idea what I was gonna do. Mm-hmm. But in this situation, I'm no longer Game's employee. I'm not your manager. This my little homeboy, right? And I got an obligation when something in front of me is a threat to that, right? Period, by my politic, right? So everybody's like, when you got an understanding of what's around you and the pecking order of what it is, Like, bro, things are gonna happen just because that's the way it happens, right? I'm sorry, but that building, they pulled up on, that's a dangerous, a lot of people run a dangerous situation when you doing lives. I've told Brick Baby this, yo, bro, chill out on some of the things you saying about locals. Cause you know what the live's telling them? What the live telling them, Vlad?
Where they are.
Where you are right now. And then you running lives for an hour and 90 minutes, 120 minutes. Now, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, you could be damn near San Diego and make it, right? So at the end of the day, you know, it's a lot that could go on where people could question. You know, my thing is, I'm telling all, No Jumper is a very safe building. I don't know about anything that has happened in No Jumper to where people should be scared to go to No Jumper. But even if you coming up to No Jumper, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care where you going. You got to be aware of your surroundings and what you're doing.
Well, there was a rumor that the guys who showed up were somehow affiliated with Harry O. And they talked about that. They said they have no idea who Harry O.
Well, here's the thing.
They never met him or whatever else.
It could be that. They're not going to say that.
Okay.
See, because for them to say that means it puts them in a light of you on some BS, right? The bottom line is this. If you contract me to be at Vlad at 4 o'clock, right? Should nobody else outside of that be at Vlad?
Right.
Waiting outside.
Well, unless they're your people.
Unless they're my people.
Right.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah, right. So at the end of the day, you know, it's, and I tell people, like, you know what kills me and what I'm never gonna swallow? You not gonna Paru this, neighborhood this, gangster crip, Hoover this, when you putting on your Denzel character and then wanna, hey man, I don't know, I'm a good guy. Nigga, you's a gang member. You are classified CDC gang files as Deuce, and I just learned this. I didn't even know that name. I can show you my phone. That's the homie Deuce from Gangsters, right? Well, I know he's from Gang because I heard what he said, right? But they used another name like Jay Reed or something, right? I just learned it's a Crip gang in Hawthorne called 11-8 Gangster Crip. Where I come from, when I hear 11-8, it's neighborhood Crip. East Coast, right? That's what I know. So, like, bro, I don't, look, man, listen. Listen, man. When it come to me, I know the life I live, the persona I have, I know where I'm from, what I represent, right? I'm at the gas station, a carload pull in, right? And they enemies don't feel sorry for me. That's what I signed up for. And it's on me to either know where I'm at or be prepared to deal with things to come. I don't got no sympathy for no gang member who gang bangs on somebody that they know is their opposition and he ended up in a fight. I'm not sympathetic for you. I'm just not. Now, if you'd have had a child with you, things that will make me react. Children, women, things like that, right? I'm real quick. Hey, yo, bro, let it go. Bro, get your kid or get your girl, get up out of here, bro. Like, you tripping, right? And this ain't even about you. It's about them. You know, the child or the young lady, right, shouldn't be penalized. I have to deal with or see some things, right, because you on some BS. I've done this on several occasions. But when you doing your thug thizzle, I'm gonna let you thug that out. I ask him, bro, what's your real issue to be like feeling this way? And he says, man, I've been home 2-3 years, whatever it may be. You know, I know cats could open up doors, cause let's be real. Harry O's not an entertainment guy. He was a guy that said that had given up some money to start an entertainment company. Not that he knew how to run it, not that he knew anything about it, right? He's not an entertainment guy.
But
he did some
hold on, he was dabbling in some stuff. Didn't he like pay for Denzel's first?
Again, you got to remember.
First like a
Let's do
Broadway
the math.
show or something like that?
If you're a guy that have a Broadway play.
Yeah, Broadway play.
Okay? And I wish Lil Boosie was here because he was involved in the play. Him, Ray J, and a bunch of them. They were traveling around doing plays, right?
Wait, Boosie?
Yeah, Boosie. Hell yeah, they did like 30 cities. The play was crazy. Dude.
Wait. Boosie, who I interviewed, Boosie?
Yeah.
He was doing plays.
Yeah, Gravy, the one that played Biggie.
Yeah.
Ray J, Boosie.
Wait, Lil Boosie.
Yeah, they did like
Baton
30
Rouge.
plays. It was amazing. Yeah, we left the plays.
Why do I not know this?
No, I swear to God, I need to call the dude because I'll put it up on the channel. The plays was amazing. I forget what the name it was. It was like Carly Red.
Okay.
It was a bunch of people. They were doing real plays, like plays.
Okay.
But the same dude called me and said, Wack, do you want to invest? We want to do 10 more cities. You get what I'm saying? If I would have invested and gave the dude $500,000, whatever it was he wanted, I could have claimed, let's say Lil Boosie turns around and he turns into Denzel, right? I could say, yeah, homie, I'm one of I put Denzel, I put Lil Boosie on, right? It ain't like this was his company, it was his play, it was, he invested in something, right? Investing and being hands-on and understanding the business is two different things.
Right. He had a bunch of money. He was looking for places to put
Whatever
it.
he had,
Same
right?
thing as Freeway Ricky was doing during
Whatever
his
he
heyday.
had.
Yeah.
So once he tells me, yo, homie, I've been on 2-3 years and I got this story, this books I done written and all these things I've done, you know, and these, I know they can push buttons and make things happen. They want to have me around for the look. And I'm telling myself, look, that's dog. What are you talking about? Right? I never really asked dog why he got Harry on the mix. I just thought he was antagonizing Suge. Personally, he never said that to me. This is just what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Because you don't got nothing to do with it. He don't understand music and the movement, the distribution and all. He don't understand none of that, right? He don't got no real relationships where he can make a call and such and such call.
But Harry O was married to Lydia Harris, who basically ended up taking death row from Suge Knight.
Well,
when he didn't show up to court.
He didn't show up to court. He's
right.
Like, we know the story.
So that's the story.
Yeah,
that's the connection.
So, I said, okay, this is on the phone. This is all in the same call of me killing the tapes from coming out or him disrespecting Snoop. I said, well, look, bro, I tell you what, I'm gonna make a call for you. I'm gonna get you a meeting tomorrow with one of the chairmen of Paradigm, right? Meet me up there at 2 o'clock. He like, for real? I said, yeah, for real, 2 o'clock, meet me up there. All this shit's probably still on my phone. He meets me at Paradigm, I walk him in. The man say, bro, my calendar, my scheduler stays booked up 2-3 months. Wack's my friend. He said, he got something he want me to hear. Cool, you're here. He sit down, tell him, he says, I'm kind of familiar a little bit with your situation, right? What do you want to do? He gets on the phone, makes some calls, boom, 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 boom. Things start moving. Now this is where it get funny at. Now, Vlad, you know, with all of us, you never know who's a part of our circle. Next thing I know, I get a call from my man. He said, yeah, man, oh, Harry. I said, yeah, what about Harry? Yeah, man, he called me and, you know, I walked him in to our guy. What guy? He said, yeah, when I got him in there, our guy said, well, you know, Wack already brought this in. So now I'm kind of like, oh, you like all the rest, right? You on some backdoor shit, right? That like, but he doesn't know this guy. It doesn't make sense for Wack to know this guy. There's a whole lot of guys that Wack know, right? Over my last 20 years, I've made it a point, 3% street, 97% corporate of who I'm meeting and the people I want to know, period.
You have a picture with Elon Musk. Let's just put it like that.
It's a fact, right?
Right.
So what I'm saying
I told you I was jealous of that picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what I'm saying is, right, I got to see you some videos. You know, I got a picture of him starting to rock.
Yeah, he showed it to me.
Yeah, some crazy stuff, right? So at that point in time, I called him, and when I get on the phone with him, I'm like, yo, bro, like, you was disgruntled about what you say Snoop and them ain't doing for you. Within an 18, 19-hour time frame, I stopped some chorus from coming out and walk you in there, and you just couldn't just be a good brother. Damn.
Look, I spoke to Harry O a few months ago. I had a phone number because we had spoken a long time ago. We didn't speak for a while. I saw he was kind of on a media run, so I called him and we spoke. I'm like, yo, this is Vlad. Oh, what's up? Talking about doing an interview. Okay, cool. I'm going to talk to my people. I'll hit you back later today. I called probably a dozen times after that, and he just wouldn't take the phone call, return text, or anything else like that. And ultimately, that's just not how you do business with people. Even if you don't want to do business with people. You have to be polite. You have to be professional.
You never know.
You never know. And now we're talking about Harry O on Vlad TV, and thousands of people are going to be tuning in.
But you know the funny part about it? This might get you your call to, okay, I'll do the interview.
I'm assuming I'm not going to do it because my whole thing is like, and this is why I just don't like dealing with certain types of people, is that, especially in the industry, not to say that Harry O is in the industry, but like this is like industry behavior, is that no one wants to tell anyone no. They'll tell you yes, then they'll just ignore you.
Yeah.
Which just annoys me, because to me, that's not a mature way of handling things. My thing is that, look, if we talk and we talk about doing something and you circle back with me to follow up, and if I don't want to do it, I'll explain to you why I'm not going to do it. Now, if you get upset over my explanation, then it is what it is. I can't control your emotions, but you'll know that once your emotions simmer down, that I'll straightforward with you.
No,
you have to respect it. But to sit there and say, I'm going to hit you back and then ignore your phone calls and then, I don't like that. I just don't like that. So I'm assuming me and Harry O will never do business together. But look, it is what it is at this point.
This is when I tell people, and I just did a live on my YouTube channel yesterday, that we have to stop giving legendary status to dealers and people that did 20 and 30 years in jail because that was their penalty. We gotta stop, right? Now, okay, if you got caught and you're a dealer, okay, you was part of screwing up the communities and you was dumb enough to get caught and they gave you 20, 30 years. Okay, cool. Now, if you're a guy that came home, right, and turned over a new leaf, right, and furthered your career doing positive things, legal things, I'm going to give you that, right? The top dogs. I got to do it. You know what? He's on his way. Big Meech, because he's done some business to, now he's in the legal lane of television, got his son in it, you know what I mean? And I think he's probably going to do some movies and probably the phase 2 of when he was in prison. I got to give him that. It's a few people to where they came from that or came from the streets and they turned over a new leaf. But this dude is not thinking. You got a book and you got these stories and these movies and possible series you want to do on your life, right? You know what's required? Media runs, okay? When you got a media guy like Vlad calling you, you get what I'm saying? You honor that and you do something with him because it's gonna come a time where you're gonna want him to possibly do something with you. But people give these dudes all this credit. Oh, such and such is home. Oh, okay, what about him? Oh, yeah, he shot his nephew and he distributed 1,000 keys a month for 80 months, so they gave him 40 years. He's a legend. Nah, bro.
And also a lot of times, and I hear this a lot, is that people will get in these guys' ears. Like, no, don't do Vlad. You'll go back to prison.
Well,
it's like, and people actually believe it sometimes, is the problem.
Yeah, that's real.
Like, people actually believe it. If you look at the reality of the situation, the only person that ever went to prison after doing a Vlad TV interview is Keefy D.
Well,
and even then, we don't even know if that has,
let's just be real. Let's be real, Vlad.
Completely related.
You interviewed, majority of that interview was based upon the book
that he already published on Amazon.
For them to say it was your interview and the book is already up on Amazon.
Right, it was the book.
Right, it's the book.
It's the book. And that's why I'm saying that's the only exception that you could even remotely say. But if you look at every other person, I can't control if a person does crimes outside of my interview. But I can tell you that when I do interviews with people, I'm extremely careful about statute of limitations, about anything. I never ask about anything active that they're doing.
Yeah.
And I've turned down interviews. Like, Draco the Ruler wanted to do an interview with me while he was still facing his murder charge in prison. And I told TK, I'm not gonna do it. Once he gets out and he beats it, he has an open door. And as soon as he got out, we did his first interview.
Gotcha.
But while he was locked up, I said, I'm not gonna do it because whatever you say could potentially be part of your case, and I don't want to be responsible for you getting any prison time.
No, that's real.
And that's the way I've always been. But unfortunately, but don't do Vlad, you'll go to jail. Oh, don't do Vlad, you'll go to jail. Like, it just is what it is.
Or it's this, tell him you want 100 grand.
Right.
Like, brother, do you understand, like, what this is? Like, why would I'm going to give you something that not going to come back?
Right.
I'm going to give you something that's fair for your time and your information. And then Vlad, for those of you guys don't know, he has to ultimately wait for that to come back. And for those of y'all that, coming home and he's trying to give you opportunity, and it's not even about what he's giving you. He got studio, he got his editors, he got all kind of things.
I have a dozen people on staff.
Yeah.
And look, there are so many people that did their first interview with me that went on to have actual careers on their own. Terrence Gangster Williams did his first interview on Vlad TV. I gave him some money for it, right? But it was a fair amount. It wasn't some crazy, insane amount. It was a fair amount where, I was able to earn my money back and make some profit off it. But he went and took that opportunity as a felon on probation that was working at Tyson's Chicken, hosing down chicken blood, that he launched his own YouTube channel off of that interview, and now, within a year, made 6 digits a year to the point where he quit his job, his probation officer signed off on it, and now he wakes up in the morning, records videos in his living room, and makes a 6-digit salary completely legal and doesn't have to go report to a job and so forth. That, to me, is a success, to me. I'm proud of that in terms of, or people like Mob James, where I gave him their first big interview that he went and had a career out of it. Over and over again. Ali Zoe Adam is now like on a run and doing other paid interviews and, starting his own stuff. Like, this is what I like to do. I find that as part of my success when I see other people successful on their own, not under my umbrella. I don't get a piece of anybody's YouTube revenue. They're doing this on their own, but I gave them that first big boost. But if you sit around waiting for 100,000, like Alpo, me and Alpo talked. I gave him an offer.
Me and Alpo talked too. I had him offers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But
he ended up dying.
Yeah. Nothing's there.
It is what it is.
I had him offered to do a series. I'm like, bro, let's get it done.
But he felt he had a $1 billion story and he was going to wait until someone gave him $1 billion and he never got it.
Yeah. I told Alpo, I said, Alpo, I'm going to be real. You should just get with Dame Dash, bro, and just do your story. Do part 2 of Paid in Full.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
I said, it makes sense.
Yeah, like the DC part of the story. Right.
That's how it ended.
Yeah. They should still do it.
Definitely. I reached out to Dame last week.
Matter of fact, Cameron still looks relatively young. He could probably pull it off. Yeah. I'm serious.
Definitely.
I'm serious. He played Alpo great.
You got to remember, Cameron fits it because Alpo went and did 25 years, whatever he did, 20 years. So, whatever little age Cameron has on him, which he hasn't aged that much, it'll make sense because this is him, what he went through in there.
Then the older version of him.
All that, you know what I mean? So, but then again, I don't know what they waiting on. Like, I don't know who's talking to these people. They're listening to everybody that has nothing to do with the entertainment business. What are you waiting on?
Well, speaking of Dame Dash, it's well publicized that me and Dame don't get along. And people always be like, yo, why you always talk bad about Dame? Dame does videos and tells regular guests of mine, like Eskino, that they shouldn't do Vlad TV. He does this. So when you hear my responses, I'm not just picking on Dame. I'm responding. I would never tell, because at the end of the day, look, you have the theatrics of it all, but I would never say something that would hurt Dame's business. I would never tell people not to work with Dame so Dame can't make money. Not to say that Dame has control over people like that, because he doesn't, but to tell Eskino he shouldn't do Vlad TV because Vlad is dangerous and he's hurtful to the community and rah, 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 you're going to get responses from me.
See, that's the thing I tell people. when you ask a person why, and they give you their reason why, you have to pay attention to what they're telling you. He's hurtful how?
How? No real reason.
Because people just say stuff like, yeah, and they take it and they run with it, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. My thing is, if you have a problem with Vlad, you have a problem with Vlad. Don't block the other man or persuade the other man from doing something that could potentially help his boost, help his career.
Yeah.
Because that's letting me, you know what that probably could do for this man. And what they don't see is...
Right. And it's not like you're doing something for Eskino yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like you're saying, hey, don't do Vlad, come do, my platform instead and I'll give you the same amount of money. No, he's just saying, don't do Vlad, but I can't help you because I'm broke.
Don't do it.
Right. And look, it was just released that Dame Dash's jewelry could be headed to auction over that $823,000 judgment. His jewelry.
They have it in possession or he got to turn it in?
The Rockefeller chain.
Oh.
I might buy it.
You should.
I think I might buy it.
I don't know why he didn't go buy his shares.
Well, he wanted $10 million. He was going to throw in the Rockefeller chain. If someone's bid
No,
$10 million on reasonable doubt, and he got $1 million instead of 10.
He got one, right?
Right. Here's the thing with Dame, right? I don't understand how you could brag about being a CEO and, being a boss and all that when you still owe $9 million to the IRS. It's an amount of money that you will not pay off in your lifetime. You will die in debt, okay? Based on the current situation. So I don't know what type of boss you are when you're in debt.
Yeah, you need to. I think Dame got another movie or series in him.
He might, but you know something? He should humble himself. The universe is telling him that what he's been doing hasn't worked out.
That's why I want to talk to him, because it takes a certain type of mentality to get other people with mentalities to understand. Like I've never talked. I seen Dame one time in my life. It was a preview for a movie or something. Manny, Manny used to be Keisha Cole's manager. He did a preview for one of his movies. And but I've never talked to him, and I've been watching him. Him, and I hate to say it, but Benzino, it's like, it's a lot coming at him.
Yeah.
It's a lot coming at him, and I feel like with Dame, it's another plan there, and I think I can help him. I think I got some resources. He has some things over there that's on the table that's like rotting away, but I got some resources we can plug him up. I could probably help get him out of debt. I make me some money.
That's a lot of debt, man.
You know what I'm saying?
$9 million, that's a lot of debt. After taxes, that's a lot of debt.
It's really not with the right situation, right?
$9 million is $9 million.
Okay, check this
That's
out.
a lot. That's almost 7 digits.
Look, we got paid in full, 2. And
Dame Dash is not going to make $9 million even if the paid in full 2 came out.
No. But see, here goes the problem.
Not him personally. Maybe overall, of course.
No, you're talking about the movie. The series is a different play, and you know that.
Right. If you have an ongoing series like a BMF, yeah.
It's a different play.
But even then, I mean, do you think that 50 Cent has made $9 million off Power?
What? Are you
just
crazy?
Power. Not all the spinoffs, but just Power itself.
Power.
So you think he walked away with $9 million in his own pocket?
50 that made a killing. Because see, this is what you're not seeing, right?
I don't know how it works. See, I'm not in the TV
Let me break it down to you, okay? We're watching Power. You're at home watching Power, right? On your cable, whatever, right? Boom. You live in, let's say, San Fernando Valley, right? The same person in Sacramento is watching Power on his satellite dish, right? And the same people in all those cities and all these states, right, are watching Power on these different various networks because they've been licensed out to all these little individual, right, circuits, right? Now that's here. Okay, let's go to Europe.
Right.
Right? This is what people not doing. This is how Manning Edwards is making a killing with his little Netflix movies he puts up. He's licensing them out to 15, 16 different countries. right? And they may say, okay, we're gonna give you $50,000 for 6 months, and if it does good, we'll re-up. Now do that and times that by all these regions and all these, this is what we don't see. I understand it because I've been doing my research, right? So you take a guy like Dame Dash, right, and says, okay, you have paid in full. Let's not do a movie. That takes 3 to 5 years to shoot it, finance it, get it out. When we can shoot now, turn it into a series, right? Now what you do is, what I would do is go find an investor. Okay, Dame, I'm just throwing numbers out there. Ordinarily, you would probably want 60% control of this, right? Right, cool, Dame, check this out. My man gonna give you 30 million, right? But he want 40% of your 60%. See, this is where a guy like me gotta say, Dame, kill the ego, kill all of that. You can take this and get out of debt, and your 20% is still gonna make you some money off your situation. We can sign some paperwork where the dude won't step in front of you and you can still do your Dame Dash dance, right? But what I'm saying is, Dame has a few things over there that I know, right? If I was able to sit down with him, that we can kind of make some moves. Now, he's gonna have to be willing to, give up some things, right? Vlad, I'm gonna be real. I don't know if you ever thought about it, but do you understand if calls went in and said, Vlad's willing to sell 10%, he'll sell 10% of Vlad TV. You probably never thought about it because your situation is with it. 10%. I know for a fact what type of people I can bring to the table to say, we'll buy the Vlad right now 10%. Because these are the type of investors, they're not looking for their money to come back tomorrow or next year.
Yeah.
Right? These are investors that the people are saying, if you don't do something with $100 million, we're going to take it anyway.
No, we've gotten offers. I've turned
No,
down,
I know that.
We turned down, what was it, maybe $7.5 million, because there's these companies, there's the equivalent of publishing deals that will basically give you upfront money for your future YouTube revenue.
Times 14. Times 18 at some point. I know people.
Well, no, we were going to do it because at the time I needed the money because I was buying a house. But then once I did the math, I realized the interest rate was like 25% of what they get. I'm like, this is stupid. You might as well just take a loan.
Yeah, well, see, I got companies. I have companies that will come in right now, look at your thing, and give you times 14 to 18 up front. And then, how I've structured my situation, when you recoup 60% of that number, they'll go ahead and average out your last 6 months and give you a times 18 again and keep rocking and rolling. See, the thing about Wack, right, is either you know Wack because I'm trolling, you know Wack from business, but people that know me know that I pride myself on having reach everywhere.
Right. You and I have always had good business.
No, all the time. So what I'm saying, when it comes to Dame, I know I can structure something in a way that can help him now.
Yeah, man, listen.
Right?
I offered to get on the phone because Eskino was like, hey, man, listen, I know both of y'all. I'm cool with both of y'all. How about if we get y'all on the phone together? I said, let's do it. Let's get on the phone together. We could even do some business.
You guys never interviewed?
I've interviewed him. He's interviewed me.
Dang.
And then we had a falling out. And then he's been mad at me ever since. My thing is like, I don't care. I don't have a grudge.
I'm going to be real with you, bro. I'm starting to notice with you, and I'm going to tell you why I think.
Go ahead.
I think the people that say I'm a friend of Vlad are people that's really genuine and sincere. Mm-hmm. And when they think, not to say you did, they think that you've done something to wrong them because they were so sincere about just being a brother to you, we cool, right? I think it hurts them in a way to where they react or respond the way they do because they don't understand why you did whatever it is they think you've done. Now, I think where they fall short at is they don't give you opportunity to have the conversation about what it is they think you've done.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is.
That's actually, that happened between me and Lil Durk. Our falling out was over a miscommunication over taking a small part of a video out. You know what I'm saying? He just got mad at me. We never had a conversation about it. And he said, fuck Vlad in like 2 different songs. And I'm like, I'm not actually your enemy. Like, we actually try to fix this, but there was just a little bit of miscommunication because there's other people involved.
There you go. But you got to take heed to that, though. You have to understand that, I mean, it's a gift and a curse because that lets you know people value your friendship.
Yeah.
And the stronger it is when somebody does something to you, right? Like with Harrio, it's not like that, but I was really genuine about what I did for him. I didn't charge him, I didn't tax him, nothing. And when he told me what his issue was, I tried to help him with his issue so he wouldn't have that mindset, you know, that he had. But again, you know, sometimes it bites you, but I think that's what happens. But I would love to see you and Dame have a one-on-one. I would love to just have 20 minutes conversation to pull up on him and let's just go over some business and try to cross some resources because he's getting older and I think he still has we got a few gems in there.
I could hit Mosquito and have him ask Dame if he wants to have a conversation.
Yeah, he has a few gems in there that, you know, hey, look, we ain't gotta be no homeboys or nothing. I just want to talk to you about some business because I know what you got. I know what I got on my side. I know the outside plays I can put together to kind of get you a bag to help you with your situation, you know, and I definitely would love to be a part of that, man. You know what I mean?
Look, as you were talking, I texted Eskino and said Wack100 wants to talk to Dame Dash. See, this just shows how non-haterish I am.
You're not tripping.
After all the foul shit that he said about me over the years, I'm actually trying to get him to do some business and put some money in his pocket and hook up with someone that I know that I've done business with. See, that's my character. Yeah. I don't think you do. While he's trying to stop my business, I'm trying to help his business. That just shows who I am. Lil Durk.
Man.
Since our last interview, he was charged with a second murder for hire.
What'd I say?
What
did I tell you?
This is around the man who allegedly killed his brother, D-Thing.
What did I tell you? I said, Vlad, I think it's gonna be some superseding indictments coming.
Yeah.
On other situations between Chicago and between situations in Atlanta. Right? I believe that shooting that they just dropped that him and King Von was on together. Once King, look, just because a motherfucker get killed, don't mean the case come off of you. That ain't how that work. Right. That just means you riding the case yourself. But if Big Brother upstairs, the Alpha Big Boys say, hey, let that go. Because they know they're working on this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
We'll come back and revisit it up here on our floor.
Well, yeah. So he's being represented by Drew Finley.
You said that. Yeah.
Who's my man, who was also representing NBA Youngboy, right? Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But they pushed the trial back to October of 2025. Originally it was supposed to be...
I think the January was just to try to push to get the discoveries.
Yeah, no, I knew that was going to happen. It was too big of a case to be coming this quick. But the feds have 230 gigabytes of digital evidence, including audio, video recordings, surveillance footage, 20,000 pages of reports concerning murder and other violent acts, photographs, witness statements, and medical documents.
That means when people work, there we go. That's different. Medical documents.
Yeah? How so?
Because when they have a medical document, either somebody internally has told them, hey, we just had a meeting and this happened to this person, right? And then they go to the hospital and say, okay, Terrence Johnson, was he just here? Right? Yeah, well, yeah, he had a gunshot wound, or he was stabbed, or yeah, he was assaulted, his jaw was broke, right? The fact that their CI, whoever the informant is telling them these things, right? And they're able to go over there and get it, so then they're lining it up. See, this is going to credibility of what they're dealing with, right? Because when it comes to medical documents, we expect you to have the medical documents of something that we know all happened. For them to be using medical documents in this situation is something that tied to some things that people are not supposed to know had anything to do with him. right? So, and I'm gonna be real, man. Like, let's just be real. Like, we watched the breakdown of the Italian mafia, right? We watched it. I don't think there's no black organization or black gang, right, to where all their members and everybody that's involved, because it's not a large percent of those people that are really those people. You get a lot of people that join to be a part of something because it's a number thing and it's a cool thing. Even in a set, 10% of the neighborhood is killers. The other ones are heads. These dudes are fighters. These dudes are hustlers. These dudes got the parties. He got the drugs. He got the women, right? It's a small percentage. So when you got all these people, out of every 50 people, you got 5 of them that's really gonna be that.
Yeah.
The other 45, it's a risk that they're gonna fold, right? It's not over. Between now and October, it's gonna be another supersede indictment come. Because more people gonna talk.
Yeah, I remember when I had Lil Woody on my show recently, he said, he had an interesting line. He said, there's 2 types of inmates in the feds. Ones that talked and ones that wish they talked.
Wow.
It's pretty deep, right?
Super deep.
Yeah. Now, Lil Durk's dad had just a little video that he did for somebody where he talked about, he goes, I find it ironic that my son gets arrested when he's pushing for peace and he has a concert where he puts up his ops and, he's getting more into his religion.
I leave all legal issues to the lawyers to break that thing, what's dealing with that, the legal issues behind it. As far as the family, as far as me as a father, one thing I said that it's mighty strange that once he started doing good out there, once he stayed away from all the gangbanging and dissing the dead and doing things out there in the street, when he turned his life around, when he on his dean now, practicing religion, doing things for the community, bringing about peace in Chicago and throughout various cities, all of a sudden now he being indicted, just right off the Muslim conference that we had in Chicago calling for peace. Now, 3 to 4 days later, he's being indicted after that. When he put up on his concert, all the people that got killed in Chicago, showing that this is not what it's about again, he get indicted. But now he's being indicted for that. So look at the bigger picture here. Look at what the government trying to do. They always got their whole thing is you doing wrong, you doing bad, then that's good for them because that fill up the prisons. But when you start doing right and telling people to stop doing wrong, then all of a sudden you're an enemy to them and they have to lock you up.
My thing is you can't peace concert your way out of 2 murder for hires.
That don't mean nothing.
That don't mean
one has nothing
anything
to do
at
with
all.
The other.
Right. It
If
really
that's
doesn't
the
matter.
case, boy, okay with shit. Let's go kill everybody. All right, for the next 2 years, let's go buy toys for everybody. Turkeys on Thanksgiving. Let's get up a concert. Hey, shit, let me go get my tattoos removed. One has nothing to do with the other.
That's what I'm saying. But everyone in the comments, yeah, you're right. It's a conspiracy. They waited until he was positive to arrest him. Like, no, there's 2 murder for hires. Talk to the families of the murdered victims. Talk to Lil Pop's family and see how they feel about those concerts.
That's real.
Do you do concerts for Lil Pop's family?
Even if he did, I think one has nothing to do with that. I tell people that. Like, bro, that doesn't mean anything. Now, if you want to subconsciously brainwash yourself to say, I'm giving my life to Islam, I'm going to do concerts and bring out the ops and bring them together, and I don't see nothing, and I particularly don't trip off the book, in the Bible that even says, if you do all these things, I'm going to forgive you. You just simply yourself have to ask for forgiveness. And unfortunately, the federal government and law enforcement and our judicial system, right, they have another book. That's their Bible. And it has penal codes in it, right? And under these penal codes, they have what you got called statute of limitations. Now, here goes the thing, Vlad. Let me ask you a question, because you mentioned statute of limitations. what's the statute of limitation for murder?
There is no statute.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Right? So that means if they ever find out,
Yeah.
I saw this one 80-year-old dude a couple years ago.
Whitey Bulger.
No, not Whitey. They caught him down here.
But it took him like, what, 40 years to find him?
It was this other 80-year-old dude. He committed some murders like 55 years ago. And they was able to figure it out through a DNA, whatever. And they came and cuffed him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Luckily, he didn't have a peace conscience because that would have gotten him out of that, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
you know, or
goddamn, he's having a peace concert.
What you call
All right,
that?
everyone go home.
Oh man, he got a bingo hall for the elderly.
Forget it.
It doesn't matter.
Forget it. Go back to your houses. Put your
doesn't-
handcuffs away.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So
It doesn't matter, man. And I really hate, as a 51-year-old adult, when I keep seeing these like gaslight excuses. You know, I remember Durk used to say in interviews, I hate rats because someone ratted on my dad, and I
who's
didn't
his
have a
dad in jail for?
I'm
Hey.
sure something fairly serious.
You know what?
To
Expose
do the
us.
type of time. Well, hold on. Let me
Listen, man, we
let's
need-
actually
we
look it
need
up.
to
Hold
pull
on,
that
hold
work.
on. Let's look it up.
Ghost, Lavish Prince, let's go pull that
What
work.
did
Let's go pull
Lil
up. I
Durk?
ain't saying he did something wrong, but now I'm curious on what he did. Because I'm going to be real, bro. You have sophisticated criminals and dumbass criminals. If you got told on, right, because you did some dumbass things, end of the day, bro, I'm going to look at you like that. What was he, who told on him? Why did they tell on him?
Lil Durk's dad was arrested in 1993 after being caught up in a cocaine distribution ring. At the time of his arrest, he reportedly had $8 million in his possession, which was seized by authorities. In July of 1994, he was sentenced to life in prison along with 3 other men. You're mad because your dad was caught up in an $8 million cocaine distribution ring because someone snitched on him. Let's not be mad at your dad for actually being involved in an $8 million cocaine distribution ring. He's the victim, obviously. He did nothing wrong. It's all the snitch's fault. Like, seriously, we all got to grow up at some point. We all got to grow up at some point and take responsibility for what people do and stop pointing the finger. Oh, it's the snitch's fault. Oh, he would have gotten away with it. He did nothing wrong. Oh, people buy drugs anyways. No, like, he knew it was illegal when he did it. And he did it anyways.
That's real.
And he got caught.
He got caught. Yeah, because I never knew what he was in. I always
now
hear
you
this,
know.
but I don't know.
And now you know. So at some point, when do you say, listen, it's very, I don't like that someone snitched on my dad, but ultimately, if there was nothing to snitch on, my dad would be out and I would have a better childhood. It's really my dad's fault for getting involved in an illegal business. I should be mad at my dad for the choices that he made that took him out of my life. But instead, I'm going to be like, I hate rats. I hate rats. So now Durk is going to be in the same situation of not cooperating while he has 10 kids who are not going to see him possibly for the rest of their lives.
If I ain't mistaken, one of the dudes, Diddy or something, they look like they said he's ready to plea out.
I heard that too. OTF Diddy? There's going to be a bunch of them. In fact, like some of the dudes that were the shooters are vice lords. And some of their people have DM'd me and said, like, you know, one of these guys in particular, I'm not going to say who, they're really not about that life. They're definitely going to tell. And they don't even have strong ties with Durk. So it's kind of like, who are they protecting?
Well, that's strategy. They will intentionally arrest certain people that they think may know certain things that will strengthen their case towards the ones they really want because they know they're not those type of people.
Right.
Right? So, you know, it's serious, brother. You know, a lot of them people is 30 and under. And, you know, they looking at situations that carry 30 and 30 to life.
I mean, an actual murder that you were involved with where somebody dies? Premeditated? You chased the car around for hours and hours? I don't even think that's 30. I think that's life.
I'm going to be real.
You think that's 30?
No, it carries life.
Maybe 30 with cooperation.
Yeah, it carries, yeah, exactly, cooperation.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be real. I don't think the situation out here, the Lil Durk I know, I do not think Durk plot and plan that situation. I'm going to tell you why. King Von, from what I see, was loved and respected and honored by a lot of people. When those things happen, right, and people get calls, right, they ain't necessarily going to check in with Durk. They like, what? Word? He where? We ain't got to be nowhere for 8 hours, 7 hours, until the morning. When you got people with those mentality, Durk be at home sleep doing whatever he doing, and they just gonna move. Right? Now, here goes the guilty through association and affiliation.
You're flying in.
You flew them in.
Yeah.
They're here because you flew them in.
They're on your credit card.
All these things, and they might have been here because he had something to do. But in the midst of it, you did that. Now, that only gonna help Durk if one of them was to step up and say, hey, look, man, Durk had no idea about such and such, such and such. Yeah, we brought us out here. We were out here to do this, right? We got the call. We chose to go do what we do. That's our homeboy. We don't need to check in with Durk to handle. We wasn't even gonna let Durk know it was us. Now, if they got some shit to where, you know, Durk's telling them, handle that, I got you for this, I'm gonna pay you this, I'm gonna do this, and they got those type of things, that's one thing. But I can't see Durk. He just had left LA, went to Miami. And then within 2-3 days, double back, came back to LA.
Right.
I can't see Durk not staying in Miami. If he knows he didn't send the team, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I say they knew he was going, I just can't see Durk putting himself in the beast of the belly.
Yeah. Or maybe he wanted to be there, so right when it happens, he gets to hear the first-hand account as it's happening. Listen, it's going to be up to Drew Finling, to defend his client. And Drew is a outstanding lawyer. Outstanding. He got YFN Lucci a great deal. He got NBA Youngboy a great deal. So maybe he'll get, maybe he'll get Durk a great deal as well. We'll see what happens. Now, these aren't magicians. These aren't miracle workers. No one's paying off judges. No one's buying juries, especially now with the feds. So at some point, it is what it is. And if you have a army of cooperators, that's going to be a big problem.
Serious problem.
That's going to be a serious problem.
And I think, yeah.
You look at the Young Thug case, their star witness, YSL Woody, basically flipped on the stand.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Woody, Thug wouldn't be out right now.
But think about if Woody got on the stand and said, I met with Young Thug. He wanted to kill Nut. He rented the car for me.
Over with.
Right after the murder, we met up at the McDonald's. He said, great job. He gave me $20,000. I went to his apartment. He let me use his apartment while I went and got changed and got out the city. And this was all him. He was the mastermind of everything. I think it'd be a very different outcome. But luckily, you had someone who decided to play with the system. And it ultimately helped him. But if you have a whole bunch of Sammy the Bulls in the Lil Durk case, that's going to be hard to get over. Especially those guys, those 5 guys who were actually involved. If they all become Sammy the Bull, I don't see how Durk can get out of this.
I mean, he won't get out of it. Now, do I believe Durk's going to beat the case? Although I don't think he called the shot on the one out here.
Well, what about the D thing situation?
I don't believe he's going to beat either one of them because it's too many people that's going to save themselves, whether it's with the truth or a lie.
True.
And when it comes to that courtroom,
they can just lie about
whoever get out first is where it's going to work. Because where we know that Lil Durk is handicapped at, you know where he's handicapped at?
What's that?
He's not going to say anything.
He's not going to take the stand.
He's not going to say anything. But if you got these 5 or 6 or 10 or 15 people willing to say something, whether it's a lie or truth, right, that supports what the government charges are, he's done.
Yeah.
These are your friends. These are your employees. These are your associates. You guys all wear these chains. Right here, hashtag OTF, this. We got 20 people that say, yeah, they're not rappers, they're soldiers, that OTF is a gang, OTF is this, OTF is a criminal empire, right? All these things start to happen, and Durk's doing this.
Yeah. Right.
It's gonna happen.
Because in a trial, there is a basic assumption with every jury that if you do not take the stand on your own behalf,
you're guilty.
It implies a certain level of guilt. Now, of course,
that's not true, but they do.
No, but that's the reality of it.
They do, because my attorneys, none of my attorneys.
The judge tells them not to do it.
Yeah, my attorneys always told me, you're not getting on the stand.
Right, but from a jury's point of view, why wouldn't he take the stand if he has nothing to hide, if he's really innocent? That's what a jury member thinks. Now, the judge will tell them not to think that way, but just basic human instinct
He's gonna think that way.
will say, you look at, for example, Hurricane Chris, who was charged with a murder. I said, did your lawyers tell you not to take the stand? He said, I didn't care what my lawyers told me. I was not going to put my future in someone else's hands. I told my lawyers I'm taking the stand and I'm going to explain what happened because I felt it was self-defense. And he beat a murder. Now, you see situations like Tory Lanez where you don't know what happened, but there's a chance that if he took the stand, he could have potentially beaten the case.
Tory coming home.
You've been saying that.
A lot of things in that appeal.
Okay.
One being,
you told me, you've been telling me about the Asian family with the video. That hasn't come out yet.
Let's kill that.
Okay. So you backing up off of that?
No, I'm not backing up off of that, but let's just talk about it.
Okay.
In the trial, when they asked about the DNA, they said, we can't say it is, but we can't say it's not.
Okay.
What they said during trial,
Inconclusive.
Right? They said, right?
Right.
When they double back to have the gun tested, you know what they said?
What's that?
We can't, we've used all the DNA. Well, how much DNA did you use on the one test? Well, it wasn't just the one test we did. There were multiple tests done after the fact. Oh yeah? Where's the results to these tests? What you think the results came back to those tests that were done? 100% excluded. See, you don't get an appeal filed and get it, okay, we're gonna hear this that fast, unless there's something in there that makes them have to hear it that fast. So let's just say lower level. He got 10 years. 4 of those years for what? Gun enhancement. This comes back on appeal, which his appeal is in, and it shows multiple tests done after the fact says he's 100% excluded, it wasn't him. The test you use in trial is not the right one. This is what it is. Even if they knock the 4 years off, Tory comes home. He might have to go back to Canada because they gave him 4 years.
Well,
enhancement.
I mean, whatever charge he gets found guilty of or he pleads to,
they lead him with the,
he'll get deported.
Listen, listen. They knocked the 4 years off. Tory's time is done.
Because time served?
Time served.
Yeah.
It's done, right? And then, yes, he still would have to go back, but you got to remember, they give Tory any type of breathing room, any leeway. You know Tory, I know Tory. The fight
I don't know Tory at all, actually.
Oh, well, the fight is really on, right? It's on at that point in time. Because now that he beat that side of it and he knows his truth, he can really work on the other side of it to get those things to come out. I believe Tory will be home by the summertime. sometime this summer, between June, July, August, he'll be home.
Look, if he figures out a way around his situation legally and he's able to come home, great. Good for him, man. I have nothing against Tory. People think that I do. I don't.
Why? You said something?
I said from the very beginning, before the trial started, that Tory is going to jail for shooting Megan. I said it early.
You said that based on what?
Based on what I heard Megan say consistently, which is, as a victim, she's pointing out the person who shot her and is willing to take the stand against that person. I said, you're not going to beat that.
So let me ask you something.
And I was right.
Let me ask you something. You was right on that.
I was right. And he was mad at me for saying that.
No, the only
because
reason
everyone
why,
else was like,
the only reason
free
why
Tory,
you were right
Tory's
on that,
the one. What's that?
I think Tory ultimately ended up going to prison because he had bad legal counsel. He'd have had somebody like Alex Kessel or something like that, he wouldn't have went. Why? You know why? Because it wouldn't have been a delay in checking on all the times the damn gun been tested. You get what I'm saying?
His legal counsel, remember he fired, or no, his legal counsel quit on him before the trial. Remember he had the black lady that was representing him up to the point of the trial. Then once the trial started, she ended up
that's a bad look
recusing herself, and he got a whole new legal team to actually do the trial. And there was some very bad mistakes along the way. Like, for example, the driver came in to actually testify, and the prosecution said, fine, we'll let him testify, but we need to delay the trial for a certain amount of time so we can go do our due diligence and so forth. And Tory's own lawyer said, okay, that's fine, we'll just skip it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which was a big mistake.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So my question to you is, Vlad, do you think if things are reversed and things come out to show that Tory was absolutely not the shooter, do you think that Meg will be canceled? Because you said if she gets up there on the stand,
which she did,
and says, this man absolutely shot me, that's it.
And she said that.
And
wearing purple, which is like the domestic abuse colors, you know?
Do you think if things come out and it's reversed, and I don't think she will be.
She won't be.
I think the women will not keep it real.
Right. I don't think she'll be canceled because her fan base particularly is almost entirely female.
Okay, but to all the women, if this happens, what we're saying might happen, I want you to look at your son, your nephew, your brother, your husband, your baby's father, and ask yourself, if Tory was them, how would you see her? Because for you to say, absolutely, it was him, and then the proper things happen to show there's no way he could have shot you because the DNA on the gun is not him, it's somebody else's.
Okay. And listen, what I think happened, based on everyone I've talked to and everything I've read, all the paperwork, like the Megan, the reporters who was there in the trial that actually saw more than everyone else and so forth. What I think happened was a fight broke out in the car over Tory sleeping with Megan behind Kelsey's back. A fight broke out. These women are physically bigger than Tory, so Tory's probably getting tossed around in the process and, getting humiliated and so forth. And the ego is getting bruised
Tory in the
up.
front seat, man. Tory was in the front seat.
Okay, but I'm just saying, Megan, listen, fist fight between Megan and Tory, I put my money on Megan.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, because Tory won't hit a woman.
No, I'm saying that even if he were to hit her, I'd still give the money. I'd
so
still
you're
put my money
saying
on.
Tory is given permission
Yes.
in a situation
Yes.
to legally fight Megan.
Yeah, I think Megan will win.
Tory whoop her
I think
ass.
Megan will win.
No.
I think Megan will win.
She's a female.
Tory's like 5'2".
No, he's not.
How tall is he?
Tory about 5'5", 5'6".
With heels on, maybe. I don't
No,
know.
he's not. Tory got heart.
Okay, listen.
You seen the dude, he slapped the shit out of the other dude. The R&B dude.
Who? August Alsina?
Whoever, it don't matter.
How many people were behind him when that happened?
What you talking about?
You think he just did it by himself? It was a one-on-one fight?
Well, what does that got to do with anything?
That has a lot to do with it. Has a lot
So
to
you
do with
saying
it.
Tory wouldn't have did it if he would have been by himself?
No, I don't think so.
You think Tory's some type of punk?
I'm saying he's 5'2".
What does that have to do with the heart of a man?
5'2" is 5'2".
Tory's not 5'2". I stood on the side of Tory.
Okay.
I introduced him and Kanye together in Miami. Like, I put them together.
Okay.
And Tory bounced.
Well, watch the video of Tory. I think he was on Sway's show, and he was sitting down. He gets up, and he's like the same height. Like
Sway's not 5'2".
No. I'm not saying, but just it's the chair. He's sitting in a chair, and he gets up, and he's like the same height as like you just got to see it, man.
Yo, you really don't know Tory, huh?
I never met him.
I gotta arrange a
I never met,
conversation.
bro. Listen, because I
gotta arrange the conversation.
What I was saying, I remember because in my interviews I was saying early on, I'm like, look, based on what Megan's about to do and where the evidence is heading, he's gonna go to jail. And he DM'd me, he's like, yo, what do you know? And I'm like, I know what I know. He's like, oh, you a cop? Fuck you or something. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm like, whatever. Like, he's facing actual serious time. I'm just a blogger. You know what I'm saying? So I never take stuff like that personally. What I think happened is there was a scuffle over people sleeping with each other behind each other's
Which one
backs.
that? Okay.
A fight broke out
Between who?
between Megan and Kelsey, with Tory somehow getting involved in it in whatever way. There was a gun somehow came out. I don't know whether Tory tried to pull a gun out to try to calm everyone down or
What
whatever.
the stylist say?
What's that?
The stylist said what? I packed that gun several times in their suitcase.
Okay. I think there was a fight over the gun. Kelsey may have fired it herself at some point during the scuffle. And I think at one point, Tory had the gun and out of anger said like, dance bitch or something, and probably shot it at the ground, not trying to hit.
Nah.
Not trying to hit Megan, but in the course of shooting at the ground and ricochets and so forth, the way bullets actually interact, Megan ended up catching some fragments in her feet. Now, I don't think he was trying to actually shoot her and kill her. I think he was just like, pow, 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 dance bitch, and then
So
accidentally
who
she
said
got
Tory
shot,
said
which is
dance?
still a guilty situation.
Who said Tory said dance bitch?
She did.
Megan.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be real respectfully, just because of the things I know
Okay.
and what I know what's gonna come out. Megan's a habitual liar.
Okay. I mean, she lied on,
We've all
she did, what's her
she
name?
did a great job. You seen that? Cried, all that. Had everybody. No, I didn't. I know absolutely never. Right? Now, she only came out and told the truth because somebody was threatening to expose something. Right? She's just not gonna come out and
on Gayle King, she said, I never slept with Tory. And everyone just sort of shook their head and was like, all right, she's lying.
right?
I said she's lying also.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is we all know somebody in our lifetime, family member, ex, whatever, that will tell you a bald-faced lie for whatever reason. Now, I'm going to tell you the only thing I believe Tory's guilty of is when he was doing his little shows on his IG Lives. Remember when the COVID lockdown happened? At this time, I think he was antagonizing Megan, right?
Absolutely.
He's guilty of antagonizing Megan. I believe if he didn't do that, I don't think none of this would ever came to light. I think once he was doing that and people were memeing and laughing, Megan is still a woman, right? She got emotional and vindictive and made it up in her mind that I'm about to get some get back. And once she started it, she kept the train going. Now, I believe she had her fun with it, and she got a good laugh at it. But I believe Tory's gonna laugh the loudest later when everything hits, because now it's gonna come down to you lied. Now, I don't think Tory's gonna press charges, but I think he's gonna really go after that bag because he's lost a lot of money. This is damaging. It's injuries that you cannot fix or correct. This man has been subject to going to the LA County Jail and the state penitentiary.
I know you could see damage to your income in your overall career by going to prison. You could actually show the actual dollar amounts if that's the case.
He has been forced to transform into something else. He will never, ever be the same Tory Lanez. Did you hear that last song he put out with him and DDG?
I haven't heard it.
He's talking about prison knives and how to stab a motherfucker, right? Like he's been subconsciously, without him even realizing it, bro, damaged. Not because he wants to be, because he's forced to be, because a lie has forced this man to be in a Geronimo Pratt situation. 33 years Geronimo Pratt did for allegedly killing this person until the blood analysis come back and says it wasn't him and they let him go, right? Tory is around Crips, Bloods, notorious people, dealing with race riots, Sureño. This is a Canadian man. Subject to this, right? You ever watch Law Abiding Citizen?
Yeah.
You should watch. You see that white guy look just like you didn't, huh? Right? You seen what happened to him? You see what he looked like prior to his family, his nice picket fence. What was he forced to turn into?
Gang leader.
A gang leader.
Right.
To a point to where he didn't even want to be around his son anymore because he didn't know how to face him on what he become. So what I'm saying, it's some serious damages, punitive damages gonna come from this on the civil side. He gonna go after them. I believe he might go after Rock Nation. Definitely go after Meg. But when that comes back, bro, when it comes back, and you should do a little work and try to pull the civil filings and check it out yourself.
I don't have a dog in this fight. Like, I don't know Megan. I don't know Tory. But I'm the one who guessed it correctly. Out of everyone in hip hop who was like, yeah, Tory's about to get free.
No, we definitely.
Blah.
A lot of things turned on him last minute. The eyewitness was his witness in favor of.
I get it, yeah.
Last minute, I've never seen that. They say he went up to the DA's office, came down, wouldn't talk to the defense attorney, and went the other way. So it's crazy, but you definitely caught it.
I called it. You know, it's on video. I've been saying it the whole time, and I was right. You know, now I know that the Tory fans aren't happy for me, but, you know, it is what it is. And look, if he ultimately beats it, then good for him. You know what I mean? He's welcome to come on Vlad TV and be like, ha, I told you so. I'm cool with that.
I'm the last dude Tory talked to walking in the courtroom.
Okay. Oh, you were with him?
No, he called me.
Oh.
They were on break. We're going over some business because he wanted me to come in and help him with his deal he had over there. With Creator, whatever. He like, I'm finna go in here, they're gonna drop this, come out Wack, we gonna get to the business, and it's dated here. December 23rd, right? 12:13 p.m. I'm the last guy Tory talked to. Watch this.
I get that. What I'm saying is I'm contractually obligated to leave. I know that, but they're trying to sue me if you want to sue me.
I'm the last dude he talked to, it's dated. He walked in, and I'm with you, because I'm like, Tory, they finna drop this, we get to it. So I'm with you. I would have lost on the bet.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that I didn't think was about to happen. You know, if you got your star witness over here, if you've been talking to for 6 months, you don't expect him the day of to go the other way, right? I'm just saying, I think in your case, I don't think you said Tory's going to jail because you just don't like Tory. I think you said Tory's going to jail based upon what you were reading, what you were seeing, and understanding a jury and understanding a female over here that's a public figure.
Right. Who's taking the stand and pointing the finger at you.
Whether you did it or not.
Yeah.
With these things stacked against you.
Right.
You're going to jail.
Right. And you're antagonizing her along the way and you're pissing her off.
You're pissing her off.
That's all I said.
I think
That's all
he's
I said.
guilty.
I was right.
He's guilty of it. If he wouldn't antagonize her.
Totally different situation.
Totally different situation.
Yeah. Well, some of my Vlad TV YouTube members, sometimes when I have interviews, I'll say, hey, well, you know, what should I ask so-and-so in our next interview? And they come up with some interesting questions.
Let's talk about it. What is it?
Dyson on Time said, when are you going to come out with your own on Pyru pie?
On Pyru Pie. Oh, that's kind of catchy.
Eh?
I got to do an R&B on that.
On Pyru
R&B
Pie.
from Greenville, Mississippi.
Pyru.
Yeah, on Pyru Pie. Yeah, you know what? I might could even go on back to Memphis to Makiba Cookies.
Oh, where
deal with them.
Where Young Dolph got killed?
Yeah, because they in the hood. I went over there. Got some pretty good cookies. I went through there when I was just in Memphis. But hey, man, I like that.
There you go. You can run with it.
On Pyru Pie.
Yeah. Send Dyson on time a few free pies.
There we go. That's it. Cherry pie attack.
There you go. Cherry pie, strawberry pie. Just go with all the red fruits.
I like that. Hey,
red apple pie.
I like that. I like that.
There you go.
I like that.
Well, Sam J 458 said, ask him about his man Pooh Ryder.
Pooh Ryder, that's my man.
He met Suge through him. Pooh actually assaulted the parking valet guy in the early 2000s, and Suge got 10 months for it because they said he done it, and Suge obviously wouldn't rap.
That's Reggie sent you that.
No.
Gotta be.
No, it's
he
not.
He knows too much.
Okay.
So he want to know about that situation.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so Pooh Ryder is my right-hand man. 5 years old. We come up 5 years old. Our fathers was best friends. Got high together, did crack together, got money together, everything. So the situation he's talking, and he's right. Pooh Ryder met Suge Knight, CMC, State Penitentiary, right? Pooh's a rider. That's his name. That's what he do. So his whole disposition, he wanted to go to work for Death Row as security, you know, on some goon shit, right? So him, the realist, the producer Cobain, I believe Cobain was out of Chicago. They was at the condo over here in Tarzana. Can-Am, as you know, used to be the designated studio for Death Row.
Yeah.
So actually, that's how I met Reggie. Because when Pooh came home, Reggie Wright was running Death Row. So when he used to have to go pick up his checks, he would have to go to the office or somewhere else. So I would give him a ride up there, so-and-so. He had been trying to get me to come out, come hang out. At this point in time, I was knee-deep in my trucking business, and I had my real estate business going on, right? So one time I went over there, we went out, some things happened. At the Santa Monica Airport Museum, we got into it with, I want to say with Nate Dogg and all of them. Me and Keita Rock was together, fighting side by side. This is where I met Big Faye for the first time because he was on the opposition, but he was putting in a lot of work, right? So after we got back, Keita Rock tell Reg, yo, we need to bring him around more, right? Reg's like, Wack, what's your number? Gave him my number. I said, look, Reg, I'm about my business. This is why when you talk to Reg about me, he'll tell you when Wack would come around, Wack was asking questions about the business. All the rest of the homies with the Death Row chains, they had a car, they got a little check every month, and got to stay in these little spots. Already had a crib, had a couple diesels, couple vehicles. I was cool with that. I wanted to learn that part of the business. So through Pooh, I met Reggie Wright. My introduction to Suge, right, directly came through Reggie Wright. And that's the reason why Suge was so open to me, because Reggie was running Death Row. So the incident they're talking about, Pooh just came home, Sugar came home. We went back then, it was called the White Lotus. We went to the White Lotus Club. We was only going in there to check and catch somebody. So we paid the dude $50 a car to keep these vehicles in the front. We're like, bro, we're gonna be 20, 30 minutes, keep the vehicles in the front. We paid them, cool. When we came out, by the time we get in there, Pooh done had a couple shots. One thing about my homie, get a little liquor in him, you gotta watch him. I didn't know he had these shots. So when we get out and come to the parking lot, we don't see the cars. We're like, yo, bro, where the cars, right? Oh, man, we paid you to keep the cars up front. Now, you have to watch Pooh, right? He's a firecracker. He don't like to do too much talking. He just gets to it. So as we're back and forth with the valet dude, he didn't say it in his head, it's too much talking. Bam! Pooh come around out of nowhere, knock the valet dude out.
And Suge got blamed for
And
it?
Suge, that's 6'4", 6'3", whatever. Wack, that's 5'8", Pooh, 5'7", 5'6". And we're talking to the dudes, and Pooh felt like it's too much talking. Liquor kicked in, comes around us, knocks the valet dude out. Right? We get our cars, we get on, we ain't thinking nothing of it. 2 days later, it hits the blogs. Suge Knight knocked out parking lot attendant, wanted for arrest. Goes in, see his PO, they cuff him for the case. Right? But here's the difference of when you running with the homies. Pooh not finna go turn himself in. It's just what it is, you got to ride it out. Suge did 9, 10 months. After that, Suge had a distaste for Pooh, quite naturally. Me and Suge continued our relationship. Pooh might have went back to the pen, you know, he damn near should have took it. Cause I believe he called like another 8 to 10 year bid not too long after that. But that's definitely what happened. Suge definitely did. And that really stuck. I mean, Death Row was already, by this time, it had been converted to The Row because of what was going on with Lydia, Harrio's wife. But that 9, 10 months, the thing Suge had going on, trying to save everything, it deflated it all. And it was kind of over with. So whoever that is, he was around.
Okay. Well, you're wearing your OVO shirt right now?
Yeah. Hold on, man. I got a family member. I got to do this, Vlad.
Let's do this.
Because I was supposed to wear it. Now, a lot of people got money. Andre Harrington, out of Compton. It's my guy. I was supposed to wear it, right? Black art starts at $1 million.
Okay.
Starts at $1 million.
Starts at $1 million.
It starts at $1 million. Y'all go check him out. Black art starts at $1 million. And I told him, I said, yo, bro, when I went over there, I said, man, you know, give me a piece or two. He like, what? I'll give you a discount. I said, what are you talking about? He said, bro, my art starts at $1 million.
Well, you do know that the highest selling American artist of all time is black.
No, I don't know. Cause I haven't, that's not my thing.
That's
right?
not your thing?
I don't decorate the house.
It's Basquiat.
I don't know.
I interviewed his sisters, and they had $1 billion art collection at the museum where I interviewed
Listen,
them.
Andre Heritage starts at $1 million. And I don't know, but now I know, and I'm trying to get him to give me a discount on something. I said, look, if you get me into the art and I start to like it, then I'll come back. Because I don't decorate the house. You know, that's just not,
That's
my
your
woman
thing.
does that. I don't,
Yeah.
you know, I may get now my man cave is one thing, right? And you know what we're into, the sign shack, you know, the sign Kobe.
Yeah.
You know, we're into that type of stuff,
Right.
right? But I had no idea, and I'm not gonna lie. I heard Jay-Z speak on art, but this shit really don't make sense to me.
I've owned art. I've owned Keith Haring's before. I have a
What does it do
Murakami.
for you when you look at it?
Well,
Does it feel like $1 million?
it definitely. I mean, I've never owned $1 million art pieces, but I've had art pieces that are like maybe 50,000. If you like the artist, the piece speaks to you. But after a while, you do get tired of it, of just watching the same thing.
I kind of think you got to be in a circle to where
Well,
I'm going by your house. Oh, you got that? You're going by my
Look,
house.
I went to Russell Simmons' house, and he had a Basquiat Warhol in his house, and it was like, wow, this is like a $50 million piece.
But
You
watch
know?
this. You have to be in those circles that appreciate that to really feel like, because, bro, even the $50,000 piece you have, right? For one, I don't let a lot of people come to my house unless it's family, certain friends, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, shit, who gonna be looking at it?
You are.
I don't appreciate.
Well, here's what I did. Because I ended up, the problem with art, and people don't talk about this part of it, but as someone that owned a bunch of art and ended up selling it, the problem with art is that, number one, you have to insure it. Because it's so fragile, right? fire breaks out, someone steals it, whatever else, you have to have it insured. So every year, you have to cut a check for it, right? And it's not a cheap check.
So it's like a car, like your insurance on your car.
It's like having a Richard Mille watch or a car or your house. Your house has insurance, right?
Yeah.
All these things have to be insured because in a worst case situation, it could turn into zero. So you want the insurance company to take the brunt of the cost if something happens to it. The other problem is that unlike other assets, like let's just say houses or cars or whatever, that you could sell them and make most of the money back.
You can't get your money back from the art?
The problem is that where you get the most money for art is in the auction houses, which is like Christie's and Sotheby's and so forth.
So your one you paid 50 for, what could you sell it for?
Let me put it like this. I had an art collection worth maybe, let's just say 100,000 to be, just ballpark. I don't remember exactly what it is. It was Keith Haring, signed prints and so forth.
Well,
let's just say I spent about 80,000 on it. It sold at auction for about 160, and I thought I did really well.
You doubled your money.
But then once all the fees kicked in for Christie's, because there's like a 25% seller's commission, a 25% buyer's commission. They're like, oh, you should list it low so they'll get higher. Not telling you that.
So you made 80, pretty much.
I made like 90, so I walked away with like 10,000.
Listen,
so after the dust settled, I almost broke even.
Let me tell you the art. My man John Bourne, he come to your house and draw everything on your walls in detail. Even if you chicks, he does body art. I watched him do body art, right? I could appreciate that art because I watched it come alive on my walls. My whole game room and my man cave in the backyard is all like the whole, like 2,500 square feet is just all him, like crazy stuff. But I see, they'd be like, yo, that's a this, that's a that. I'm looking at it like, just look like a little house and some goddamn lilies to me.
Back to the OVO conversation. So Drake just posted a song where he dissed LeBron.
They took it down.
He said, talking about we family. Well, I'm not the cousin to visit. God forbid we ever get to tarnish your public image. All that brother talk as if I really discovered a sibling. 6 degrees, my memories retrieving, our humble beginnings. Grand opening, grand closing. Posted and striked by UMG.
UMG took it down.
Yep.
You ain't bigger than the program. My man Brock from Houston called me on my way here. He said, yo, I said, what? He said, man, they ain't playing. I said, bro, I think Drake think he's bigger than the program. They're letting him know right now, contractually, what?
Yeah, we own you.
That's a fact.
Yep.
So I know you're running around here pushing your weight, making people think you're suing us, you're controlling us, you're gonna force us. That lets you know, them taking it down, that they have a distaste for the things he's done, because if they were intimidated or if they were looking at it like, it's no big deal, we'll work it out, they would have left it up.
They would let it fly.
Right?
Right.
When he put that up, he was thinking, it's Drake, they're not gonna, because he's always probably just put things up and they come behind it, get it, tag a DSP. Now look at it another way, Vlad. That would have got some traction, right? UMG could have put a DSP to it. Drake wouldn't have said nothing, right? And they could have made some money.
Nope.
We don't want your money.
Right.
We letting you know right now, we're back to business. No more you just doing things yourself. Submit it, turn it in, we'll prove it, we'll let you know the date it can come out. And that in itself will stagnate and slow Drake down.
Absolutely.
He's not used to that, bro.
I mean, look, we've seen people lose rap battles for decades, but this is the first time someone actually sued after they lost. But then again, can you really be surprised over a Jewish guy suing?
He's not Jewish.
Yes, he is.
No,
he's definitely Jewish.
No, he's not.
His mom is Jewish.
His dad is black.
His mom is Jewish, and based on the Jewish faith...
Dad is black, no.
Based on the Jewish faith, if you have a Jewish mom, you're Jewish.
Check this out. I've been getting
He had a bar mitzvah.
No.
He had a bar mitzvah.
Listen, I'm a
I've
street
seen
dude.
videos of it.
I'm a street dude. And I've been getting teachers, and it's hard to teach me because I won't listen to everything.
Okay.
Captain Tazariot from the ISUPK said, when it comes down to the 12 tribes of Judah,
Okay.
I hope I'm saying this right, Cap. If your father is black, then you are an Israelite black man. That's it. Not the mother, the father.
Okay.
And his father got a nose bigger than mine, darker than me, and I think he from Tennessee
Okay.
or Tennessee.
Okay.
Tennessee as we know it, right? I'm just saying.
All right.
Now you must be Jewish, Vlad.
I'm definitely Jewish.
So you want to claim him.
I don't want to claim him. He's Jewish. It is what it is.
Y'all kind of do look alike a little bit.
Not only do we kind of look alike, but we have the same voice. No, we don't look alike at all. I'm just joking. But we do have. But you know something?
Don't edit that. You better not edit
No,
that.
I believe it. I don't look anything like Drake. No, but seriously. But ATL Jacob.
Okay.
When I interviewed ATL Jacob, he said, "You know you sound like Drake, don't you?"
Somebody ever told you sound like Drake?
Like Drake?
Yeah, like your voice, like
I've never heard that.
sing a Drake verse.
A Drake verse. Okay.
I'm telling you, or no, just say, yeah, about my racks. I'm telling you,
I sound like Drake.
man, the voice, like,
I've never heard that before. I mean, I believe you. Shit, you got a producer here, so you know.
man, your voice.
Next time Drake can't make it to the studio, man, just hit me up. I'll spit a couple bars. Just give me my writing credit. I'll be good.
Oh God.
And I said, I'd never heard that before. But then
Come
I
on,
listened
man,
to some
Vlad,
Drake
that's-
interviews. He's not saying that I rap like Drake, because I don't rap.
You sound like Vlad. Your
If
voice
you
is
listen to
fucking
Drake
sticky.
interviews, our voice is actually somewhat similar. Our speaking voices. I'm telling you.
He's a little more
I'm telling you. Listen.
deeper horse. He got a little more horse, a deeper voice than you. Your
We're
voice
about
is,
the same height,
Your voice is a little more high pitched than he is.
possibly.
It's just a little more.
But listen.
He has a monotone. You have a you have a whining thing to you,
Okay.
but it makes you.
Yeah, man.
Like,
listen,
I don't give
love
a
my
damn.
voice.
Hey, it could be 1 million people.
Yeah.
If we hear you, we know that's Vlad.
If I'm walking around, like when I was walking around Vegas, people are constantly stopping me from, when I was just talking, like, oh my God, Vlad, like,
Yeah.
everywhere I went.
You got to remember.
But
yeah.
if you listen to our speaking voices, if you listen to his interviews, like when him and Elliot Wilson, I never noticed it before, but ATL Jacob's a real producer, and he was
Gotcha.
like, oh, our voices do sound somewhat similar, our talking voices.
So now I'm gonna tell you what the problem is.
But we both have Jewish mothers and so forth.
Here
so-
goes the problem, right? The problem is gonna come down to egos. Because now Drake has to say contractually and how it goes by the book, ain't nothing I can do. Or he can say, and like, all right, well, you know what? Let me pipe down and go in there and have a conversation with the powers that be and maybe retract some of these things that I've been saying, right? To get back to him being able to freelance and just do it how he want to do it and they catch up with him. Or he gonna say, all right, they want to shut down when I want to put something out. Nah, I'm just not gonna put nothing out. See, it's gonna come down to egos, and it's crazy that you brought this up because me and my significant other, R&B, right? I said, it's time for you to start doing your thing, right? Because people listen to her. She's written 7 books. She's an ordained minister and all this thing. And she was like, I don't know what to call it. I said, well, you always talking about your point of view and male point of view. And I'm not to say that, there's a male and female situation in this, but it's the same thing. It comes down to the ego, right? UMG just lets you know we flex it, right? Now, is Drake gonna say, let me check myself and bow down so I can get back to where I am? Or he gonna say, well, I'm gonna beat my chest and guess what? I'm not gonna turn this in and I'm not gonna turn that in. And based upon that, you're gonna see me, and I'm letting you know this, Vlad. because I don't want you to laugh at me, because I told you. And I'm telling the people, right? I'm about to have a podcast with my significant other R&B called Ego.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
But you're going to see a different Wack.
Okay.
But don't be laughing at me, Vlad.
Like a softer
Matter
Wack?
of fact, I've never gave you any requests. I might not let you question me about who you see on the camera when it comes to the Ego podcast, because you're going to try to play me soft.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You're going to be like, who is that? I'm going to be a sort of an asshole, but I got to change my demeanor. But I don't think Drake, unless Drake go talk to Birdman, it's only one person right now can help Drake in this situation, Stunner. And one thing about, and I say this, one thing about Stunner understands what it is and what it can't be. If Drake sits down and talk to Stunner's gonna get him to understand what has happened, why it's happening, what he wanna do, what he gotta do, and what he should do. I believe right now, don't listen to nobody around you because they're not understanding where this could take him. Say what you want. We watch some real big artists, Vlad. Way up there. Michael Jackson to the world is huge. We watched him break Mike ass.
You saw it with Prince.
Prince too. Mm-hmm. We've seen it,
No,
right?
You've seen labels, basically when artists go to war with labels and they get put in this limbo where they can't put out music. Happened to Mike Jones as well. You've seen it over and over again in every genre.
We're not gonna do Drake like that.
What's that?
Shout out to my man Mike Jones, my homegirl Money Train, that's the manager. But we're not gonna put Drake and Mike Jones on the same.
No. Obviously, Drake is a much bigger artist. But I'm saying, but Drake's not bigger than Michael Jackson.
No, he's not. Or Prince. No, he's not. That's what I'm saying.
You've seen it happen to them.
Bro, this is why
Prince had to change his name to a damn symbol to try to put out music.
Yeah, listen, artist formerly known as, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Drake gotta go sit down with Stunner. I know, that's my big brother. He done made me. Stunner don't do a lot of talking, but when you sit down with him, if he allow you to sit down with him, right, and it's something that he can give you, the man knows what he talking about. He knows how to look at the situation, how to get you to see it your way, get you to see it their way, and get you to see it the way it has to be based on the. If Drake go to trying to beat his chest on that UMG monster, he is going to lose. And Lord forbid, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not saying I know something. Shout out Straight Stunt Magazine. Rest in peace, DJ K. Slay. You know what was in that magazine. All women.
Yeah.
We watched a monster get challenged by Puffy. And although they haven't said it, we know a lot of these things didn't start kicking off until he attacked that liquor company. And next thing you know, things start getting exposed. Only thing I'm saying, brother, is if you got a few skeletons or a few situations that may have occurred in your life, right? You may want to rethink playing with that monster because they have a way of amplifying these situations.
Yeah.
Bill, as much as we love Bill Cosby, he wouldn't have never talked about putting that black face on buying that white network. They wouldn't have went back 40 years talking about a Quaalude. This is real. Oprah said, I want to start my own, call it OWN, partner with you, the people that helped me get to where I'm at, and put it on your network. She had no problems. Bill said, I wanted this black man buy that network. Nah, Bill, this ain't for you. I got the money, what you mean? Nah, Bill, it ain't for you. Okay. Drake, I think he should go talk to Stunner because this is letting you know that you, in fact, have UMG's attention, but you do not have a favor.
Well, speaking of Drake, one of his OG producers, Boy Wonder, called West Coast Rap ass.
Boy Wonder did that?
Yep.
That's
DJ
crazy.
Mustard actually leaked the DM. You never seen it?
Wait, stop. Was that a conversation between Boy Wonder and DJ Mustard?
Yeah.
Okay. Did we see the whole conversation?
No, we just saw Boy Wonder saying West Coast Rap is ass, and Mustard.
I ain't going for that.
Mustard calls him a hater. in the
Listen,
DM.
this
Then he reposted it.
I ain't gonna listen because I don't know what was said prior to. I don't know if he was saying you the reason why West Coast Rap is ass right now. I don't know. Boy Wonder always been cool. I know Game works with him. He's always showed us some love. I just can't see Boy Wonder saying all West Coast Rap is ass. Mustard got to release the whole thread.
Okay, fair enough.
We got to see the whole thing because you know it could change the narrative.
I know, listen, I don't, you know me, I don't post text messages or DMs or whatever else unless I actually get permission from the person to post it. Because I don't want people to feel that they're unsafe messaging me privately.
Yeah, like the message when you sent me, right?
Which one?
I could have just posted the one where you said Adam's weird, right? I could have said that. I could have posted it. Vlad said Adam's weird.
When did I say Adam's
and
weird?
I showed that you said Adam could be weird when he wants to be. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, you're just bringing up a hypothetical.
Nah, you called him weird.
What did I call it weird?
I don't know. I'm just bullshit.
You're just bullshit,
We
exactly.
should have let that ride. That would have been good. Actually, hey, cut that. That's promo.
No, we're keeping that in. Keeping that in. Well, speaking of West Coast Rap, SZA and Punch from TDE have parted ways.
I see. Did they or didn't they? Because
They did.
He put it back up. So
They
first he
confirmed-
deleted.
They confirmed the split, and Punch tweeted, "I was going to take the time and officially dispel some rumors and headlines. Then I thought, it doesn't matter. We had a great year, and next year is already in motion." And she said, it was an amicable split, and I still have love for him. Blah 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 blah. I mean, listen, they had a hell of a run. SZA is a
But
superstar.
SZA said it wasn't her choice.
Oh, that Punch actually dropped
She
her?
said it was Punch's choice. Because he had the manager of SZA.
Yeah.
Then he deleted it. Then he had put it back. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Maybe they're trolling to try to get some attention.
Now, I don't think they trolling. I think, SZA being a woman, SZA ain't one of these little street chicks and all that, man. SZA could, I don't really know SZA, but I could see like Punch doing things, putting things together, got things agreed upon, and then she maybe like reneging and not wanting to do it, and Punch kind of feeling like maybe his relationships are being jeopardized and kind of like, it probably was something like that, but whatever it is, Punch he been groomed, and I mean that in a good way, by a great mentor, Top Dog. You know what I mean? So he knows how to handle himself, and hopefully it comes back together or stays in a space where they can still do things together.
Well, you said that Isaiah Rashad didn't capitalize off his leaked gay sex tape.
Yeah, he didn't. His shit shot up like 30% when it came out. Yeah, I think we were in there filming Drillmatic. Were we recording Drillmatic? I know we were at Chalice when it came out. And because I seen all the women in the studio just start looking at each other. And I'm like, what the hell going on in here? They looking at their phones. So, I had my girl over there. I said, go see what's going on. And she told me what it was. And one of our A&Rs, a well-known guy in there, he like, come on, bullshit, and he took a look, he couldn't believe it. So I called my guy, I said, yo, what you think? He said, bro, his shit spiked 30%. If he would have stepped out and owned it, but I think he's like married with a family.
He has a girl. I remember I got in a DM, which I deleted, from his baby mother about it.
After it or prior?
I think like right when it was happening. And Top called me sometime later. Me and him hadn't talked in years.
I called him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay, 'cause he
was
called
like,
me.
what?
He called me and was like, hey, do you have a copy of that DM? And I looked for it and I didn't have it anymore. I deleted it. But I guess there was some drama around it because of his baby mother and the kids and whatever else. And
Yeah, if he'd have stepped out and
he
owned
kind of
it,
got quiet afterwards, I feel.
yeah, he disappeared.
Yeah, he
If he'd
kind of
have stepped-
disappeared.
And I think he's really DL. You know what I'm saying? But from
Well, he's not DL anymore. I mean, it's all out there.
No, but I'm saying he didn't want people to know. The crazy part about it is it was several of them that had came out back to back. And from what they would, one of the chicks said, I said, yo, it can't be that bad. The chick looked at me and said, Wack, he needs to give me lesson. So whatever he was doing on there,
Yeah.
I said, you trolling? He said, hell no. He's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
So, but if he would have owned it, no, I think it wouldn't have hurt him. I think, shit, he should have went over there and remixed Old Town Road or something. You know, he should have went over there. Hey, he owned it. He went shit.
Yeah, it worked for him.
You know that the days of being a part of the community or being a snitch working against you and on the entertainment side is done. If you do it, Woody's owning it,
Yeah.
getting to the bag. The people that own it, they embrace them. Shit, if Puffy would have just came out, I think he would have been taking less of a hit.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If he'd have came out and said, hey, Cassie's been blackballing me because I'm really gay, I go both ways, and boom, 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 it would have been a total different atmosphere for him. Just real.
Yeah, I wonder if Puffy has a boyfriend right now in jail. What do you think?
I believe Puffy may have engaged in some activity.
Right. They say the inmates, they fight each other over the right to make his bed in the morning.
Anybody doing that is participating in the activity. If that's true, like, I don't know. I don't think Puffy would have to say that. But what do you think about that phone call
Which one?
with him and his son?
No, I didn't hear it.
What you didn't? Come on.
No, I didn't hear it. But which phone call?
Who does your research for you? Just you?
No, I got an assistant.
Yeah, you need to talk to him.
Okay.
The prison called him and his son when he's talking about, is Jay-Z getting back to you? Not responding. Then he said, okay. Everybody out there quiet all of a sudden, huh? He said, yeah, he said, don't worry about it. He said, yo, such and such want to know what to do about his car note. He told him, yo, man, tell him to go host a show or something. Don't he see what I'm dealing with? He said, but everybody's getting their laughs on, but we'll get the last laugh. It's a jail call. I don't know how you ain't got that, Vlad. It's crazy. Yeah. You got to come back to the 100 side of Clubhouse.
Okay, yeah, whatever you want.
You got to come back.
Whatever you want, man. I've been on before.
This is content that we
This is
have.
content.
Like, Vlad's supposed to. Academics gives us our props. He tells us every morning,
Okay.
I go to the 100 side of Clubhouse, replays, and get content. But yeah, that phone call was wild, bro.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, it was wild. Like,
Hold on. Let me see if I
it
can
gotta
find
be
it.
up. It's no way.
Hold on. Twitter's usually a good place for this. So
Yeah,
this
that
is
phone call was wild.
Diddy call.
Chill
with-
called
with-
to his son. On his
with
son.
Justin? Or
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, it was and I could tell he's kind of adapting. You know, I can hear the aggression and he like on some, you know, his mentality is changing.
Yo, listen, do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes.
The what?
All the boxes
He's
left
talking
over
to Cole,
from the
he's
pizza.
dumb.
All the boxes.
Okay.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Yeah.
He's
Did
dumb.
Jay reach out yet?
Nah, Bob. He ghosting.
Yeah, watch.
What this motherfucker doing? These things sweet
You heard him?
because I'm in here.
It's
Jay-Z
all
reach
good.
out.
You about to get out on bail.
No, hey yo, check this out. Need you to reach out to the producer. Let these motherfuckers know there's a release date for that new Netflix movie.
Alright, Pop. It's fucking crazy right now.
You heard him? That's a threat. Keep going. It's gonna say some more.
that's it. That was the whole thing.
Oh, it's another part two
There's more
to it.
part? Yeah, okay.
The part two to that is, right? Now you caught that, right? Reach out to the producer. He's talking about
he's talking about recycling pizza boxes.
No, but he said
Clearly
reach out.
there's a code
He's
going
talking about
on,
reach
yeah.
out to the producer.
Yeah.
Fuck that, and let him know it's gonna be a new term to that Netflix flick. You know, he's talking about something he got on audio, on the video, right?
Yeah.
But he from there he went to like, let them laugh now. We gonna laugh the loudest later. So I believe we're gonna wake up once he figures out whatever he figures out and accept what he's gonna accept. I think he's holding some things to try to get people to do certain things, whatever that may be. I can't see it being financed just yet, but me and you both know at least 60% of whatever he has going on needs to cut back, should have been cut back to ready and prepare itself for lawsuits and just legal fees and floating. You know, LA need to be shut down. Everything should be in Miami. Jet, go lease that out to somebody. Get rid of paying the hangar fees on that. Let that make you some money. Companies will take it, fly it around, get your cut, sell some of these things and get ready. So I can't see I don't know. He's trying to get Jay to do something.
I remember when I had Tony Yayo on. He feels like the streets are saying that Diddy snitched on Jay to get the heat off himself. This is why Jay is suddenly part of this whole 13-year-old, girl lawsuit.
But that's just civil.
Right.
Not even criminal.
But there was a lot of attention now on Jay-Z, and it moved the attention from Diddy.
Well, they put it on Diddy. They put it on Jay Prince. I don't know. They putting all the lawsuits on Puffy coming from that attorney on Jay Prince. They tried to say Jay Prince.
Really?
I swear to God, I don't know nothing about. I'm tripping on it. They trying to say Jay Prince is the one mastermind and get these group of people together and get that attorney to represent them. It's on the internet. They got people that got some content.
I haven't heard that.
I don't know. I
haven't heard that.
No, this is real.
No, I'm not saying it's not. I just haven't heard.
I'm not saying Jay Prince is doing these things personally.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into it, but this is what they're saying. I'm saying that because they're putting it on a lot of different people. I don't believe the 13-year-old girl shit.
No, not at all. The story doesn't match up.
Yeah, the father's saying...
I didn't drive 5 hours to pick her up. They say that Good Charlotte was there. They're like, we were on tour in the Midwest during that party. Nothing matches up. In fact, how's a 13-year-old at a party with Diddy and Jay-Z to begin with?
And how'd you get 5 hours away from your house? How'd you get there?
Yeah, how'd you get there? If your dad had to pick you up for 5 hours,
this was
how'd
crazy.
You get there?
Dudes, the attorney is not pulling back.
You know why? As someone that has dealt with a lot of legal matters on both sides of it, there is, as much threatening as Jay-Z is doing, ultimately Tony Buxby is going to go on and practice law and nothing's going to happen. He's going to, the lawsuit's going to get tossed out, and that's going to be the end of that. He's not going to get his law license taken away. He's not going to be sanctioned. People file lawsuits that ultimately don't go anywhere, and that's just how the legal system works. Am I right?
You're right.
I'm right. It's unfortunate. I don't like the way it works, but that's just the way it works.
Vlad, I don't know, brother. Listen, if Jay-Z's private investigator team could go question the father, and the father says
Jay-Z's team didn't question the father. What had happened was after the lawsuit was filed, the girl agreed to do a interview with, I think, NBC. And during that interview, they found a bunch of holes in the story, and then they actually reached out to the father as well to fact check.
So here goes my question to you. You don't think that attorney should have did those things before they sent Jay-Z letters saying, do you want to settle or we're going to name you with those threats?
100%.
And then named, you know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying, and I agree with you, but I'm just saying the way the legal system works, they have to prove that he knew that it was absolutely false and he still went forward with it. If he says, hey, listen, we did our due diligence and from our point of view, it seemed legit, he's protected by the law in order to keep his license and continue to do this over and over.
So you're saying only person he was obligated to speak to is the victim and not the people, because the victim's father was mentioned in the thing day one.
I agree. Listen, I want more lawyers to lose their licenses for filing fake lawsuits. I've had bullshit lawsuits filed against me. But I know that the way the legal system is set up, it's I mean, damn near all the founding fathers were lawyers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn near everyone in like, you know, Congress and Senate and everything else like that. I mean, shit. A lot of the presidents used to be lawyers. Obama has a law degree. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the end of the day, the lawyers really run the country. And it's set up for them to win. And it's set up where people with money have to spend their money to protect themselves. And the people who sue them, they sue on contingency. So you can't count, it doesn't cost them anything, and you can't countersue them because there's nothing to collect.
There's nothing to collect.
They're sue-proof.
Yeah, I went through that with 40 Glock in game. Same shit.
Yeah?
And I beat the 4 million, but I had to pay his attorney fees.
Yeah.
But we countered, but it was nothing to collect. It would have cost us money to sue somebody for something that he didn't have anyway.
Exactly. That's just the way life works, and it just is what it is. So Blueface wiped out his Instagram, and the only thing that's posted on there is him and Chrisean Rock in like this like almost prom photo shoot.
What did I tell you? I said, listen, brother, I don't understand it. I believe he's in love with the woman.
I think so too.
I told you this.
I think so too.
Because it could be this, it could be that, screw you, this, that. But it always comes full circle to what it is. So, you know, I see everything going on, but I just know what I know. He's in love with the woman. And he's not a dummy, but he's capable of making decisions for him. That's for him. Nobody ultimately has to deal with that, what comes along with that, but him.
Yeah.
You know, this last situation landed him in jail. And even now, he's still being penalized by things related to her. He was just on a minimum level penitentiary, level 1. He had 34 points. They overrode him because of his celebrity status to a level 1. Camp Snoopy land, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, puts her name on his face, right? Puts it out on the internet. What happens? They see it. What do? Revoke the override, send him to a level 3.
Damn.
Now he got lucky because they could have transpacked him and transferred him to another prison. He's in Lancaster. He's 45 minutes from his home. You get what I'm saying? But
yeah.
it's still related shit with her. His violation is directly her. Now you got moved from a level 1 to a level 3. And I'm not saying she made him put it on his face, but
yeah.
It's still related to her. So it's like, you know, I don't know, man. You know, he's in love with the girl. This is why I kind of like, I'll talk about some things. Some things I don't talk about unless she just saying something crazy about me. You know, I'll let it ride. You know, I won't disrespect her because I know has nothing to do with the child because we don't know if that's his child.
Yeah.
But I know he loves the woman. Say what you want. I've been a man longer than him. When you see a man accepting and acting and doing certain things when it comes to a female, just because he's in love with the woman. That's it. I mean, whatever it happens, it's never gonna be a shock to me because I've already went through my shocking periods. My shocking period was 2020 to about mid-2021 is when I started to realize this is what it is.
Who do you think is more sprung off his girl? Blueface or Travis Hunter?
Blueface. Travis Hunter is just he's a regular kid that has a slick woman. He's just a sucker. Blueface ain't no sucker. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's doing it because this is what he wants to do. Travis Hunter, I think, is sprung to a point to where he doesn't think he has any other options, right? You look at the kid, he's a great ball player, but when you look at him and hear him talk, you could tell he's still young in the mind. You know, he's not like matured on a level to where he probably feels that he can step out there and get whoever he wants. His confidence level when it comes to the field is one thing. When it comes to dealing with women is another. So Blueface, he knows what's going on. He ain't doing it because he's some sucker for love dude. No, this just who he likes, what he likes, for whatever reason he likes it. Travis Hunter, dude is just a sucker. And she know, bro, she says he drives me to the party and waits outside.
Yeah. I don't see Blueface doing that.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. He ain't going for it.
That's how we're gonna end it. I just want to say before we leave, rest in peace, OG Mao. I got to interview him twice over the years. Talented kid. You know, had some problems, had some demons that ultimately made him take his own life, which is, I think, one of the saddest things that you could do.
And for the record, because he had a dude come on my show posing as his manager. There were no allegations of him being caught dealing with a transgender. That was a lie. The girlfriend he had been dealing with, they weren't into it. She called us. She called me direct. That was a lie. And they did tell me, I don't know if you knew this, that he had history of schizophrenia, right? So I think that was the real thing in that when it came to him ultimately taking his life. So him ordering the transgender and his friends called him and the girlfriend called him and him and the girlfriend getting into it and this, that, not seeing the kids. He didn't even have kids. All that was lies. That dude that came on there was lying. But they did tell me, Wack, he has a history of schizophrenia. And I think that's what ultimately led to him attempting to take his life, which ultimately led to his demise.
Yeah, and ultimately I think that him passing away was probably for the best, because if he survived a self-inflicted facial gunshot wound, his life would have been pretty bad.
Although he went through what he went through, because he went through the flesh-eating thing.
The flesh-eating disease.
He survived that too.
And he had talked about like suicide attempts in like one of our early interviews as well. So it's like, I don't think this is the first time. And
again, they told me he's had a history of schizophrenia. So rest in peace. I do have a favor to ask.
What's that?
Okay, as you know, I called you about a week ago with some questions about creating a paywall for the 100 Show YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing, I'm almost done contracting. I've been doing the exposers thing with me, 600 Loose Cannon, which we've been exposing paperwork. So now that we've done that, it's time to do something positive with that. So I got a reality show called You've Been Exposed.
Okay.
Right? Got 15, 20 cats gonna be in it. We got a jail setting. The jail cells are gonna have soundproof, like you got set up like studio type thing. We're gonna have 5 producers and 4 of the counselors. I got my guys from the 100 side of the clubhouse that actually been to prison gonna pose as the guards. And we're gonna have this big old talent contest. But the winner wins 50 grand. We do an EP deal, feature on their single. Because we're doing a jail setting, Tory Lanez has agreed to be the feature on the single.
Okay.
We'll work 2 of their songs, shoot 2 of their videos, and I want to set up a marketing run with Academics, No Jumper, and Vlad for the winner of it. Is it possible I could get with you and whoever the winner is of the You've Been Exposed reality show, get a chance to sit out with Vlad? I know this is a very unique seat. You picky about the seat, and I'm calling one in. Can I get that out of you?
Are you going to be part of it as well?
It's my reality show.
So you're going to be part of the interview as well when they do it?
All day.
You got it. There we go.
There you have it.
There you have it. That's what it is, Wack100. Till next time, peace.
We out.